Perfect. No. Not what I meant to do. Cancel. There we go. And let's just tweet it out. It's so hot in here. There we go. Okay, so it did go live. Perfect. Copy link. And let's just tweet about it real quick. Hey, Roland, what's up? Just getting the tweet out that we are live. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Sorry. Hey, Matthew. So excited you guys are here for like our special like ladies night of Bridget and Mary Jo stuff. Da-da-da-da. Just tweeting out everything. Hey, Ryan. Oh, I'm glad you got a lot of writing done, Ryan. Hey, Kim, what's up? Just tweeting out the link if it'll let me. There we go. Woo! Okay. How are you guys doing tonight? I'm glad to finally be back for another stream after missing last week. Hey, Sketchman. Let's see. So I've had a bit of a day. I have two computers. I have an old MacBook, and then what I stream on is my HP Envy that I got. Hey, Jackie! Glad you made it! But the trackpad just stopped working today on my Mac, like, completely. It was very old, and thank God, I had just ordered a new one, or my mom ordered it for me, because she gets, like, a special no-interest thing. So, I have that coming in on, like, Thursday, but until then I use this other computer to read your comments, usually. Now I'm gonna have to try to see if I can do it on my phone, because this thing, all it is now, is it's plugging into my light, because it's USB, that's it. Let's see, how'd I do on Halloween? I did pretty good. I went over to my sister's place, or my family's place, and we watched The Ghost and Mr. Chicken, and ate a bunch of sweets and stuff, so. Ah, nice, Roland, you caught the RiffTrax premiere. It's a funny coincidence that RiffTrax and I premiere stuff on the same night. Let's see. I'm gonna hope I can read your comments on my phone, because when I go full screen, I need to figure out a way to fix this, but when I go full screen, it's like I'm saying the full screen video like you guys, but then I can't read the comments at the same time, so I'm gonna hope that I can get everything on here. Watching this on my TV, so I probably won't be in chat much. That's okay, Jackie, I'm just glad you're here, honestly. Da-da-da. There we go. I'm gonna let my sisters know it's live real quick, also. Da-da-da. Oh, nice. Getting some Halloween stories in here. Roland, dressed up in a Donnie Darko costume. And spook trick-or-treaters. That's fun. Make sure it's the right link. Okay, good, it is the right link. Okay. I copy a lot of YouTube links for stuff and to send my sister, so I was like, I hope this is right. You're at about 8 people. Oh, let me mute myself here. So, stop, calm down. Okay, there we go. I'm only like 5 seconds behind now that I'm looking at it. That's nice. Okay, sweet. So I can read your comments on here too. So that's good. I figured I could. I was hoping I could. Also, my phone's kind of low on battery and I can't really plug it in because both my USBs are busy. One has my mic on it and the other has the light on. So it might either go dark. I guess if anything, I'll turn the light off so I can still talk to you guys. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's been, so the last couple hours have just been kind of insane because, oh, hey, James, what up? Is it Life Day? I wish it was Life Day, man. I'm so excited. I wish the music in that thing wasn't copyrighted on YouTube so hard, because if it wasn't, I would live stream that day, I think, or I would try to. But, like, at first I was like, can we live stream for Life Day? And the thing is, I don't think I can. Just because, not that anyway, not this holiday special, because, the music in it is copyrighted, I don't want YouTube to strike it because I'm streaming it. There are people that put the whole thing up on YouTube, but I think it's because they just don't make ad rev on it, and so it's like YouTube lets it stay up, but if I'm trying to stream it, they might be like, banned, you know, and I don't want to do that, but, maybe we can do something else fun sometime that week. Alright, let's see. Hope you guys are doing okay. Overall. I was gonna say, it's been the last couple weeks. have been a little weird for me. Or not a couple weeks, oh my god, couple hours. Jeez, it's like, that's how weird the last couple hours has been. So, oh hey John, nice to see you. Oh, thank you for digging my channel. I'm very excited that you do. I have a lot of fun stuff coming up. So, for this month and next month in streams, I'm like so excited. But and I'll get to that in just a minute. But because we only have about 11 people in right now, or like 13. How many people? Yeah, like 13. What happened to the comments? No, what are you doing? There we go. Jeez. Anyway, so I had planned on. I hadn't been feeling great the last couple days. My sleep schedule is always bad, but it's been pretty weird, and my stomach's been kind of irpy and weird, and I wasn't sure quite why. And so I was like, okay, made a grocery order, got a bunch of fruits and veg. I was gonna make myself some soup, so it's like a nice clear thing, just in case, help me with my stomach so I can eat and stuff. Oh, hey, new Starcade fan, what's up? So I, like, just am about to get my chicken in the oven to, like, get it roasted to throw in the soup when it's ready, right? At, like, 5:30, my mom calls me, and they have had a day. One of my sisters, she goes to college, she goes to school, and we have moon roofs on our cars, because we're fancy like that now, and, something fell in it, and broke the roof. There's a hole in the roof, so they have to get that figured out. And then unfortunately also my mom called me because now she has the only car. Like, my parents have the only car now, and they're going to be having to run around tomorrow because Maddie has school, my dad has work, and now they have only one vehicle. So my mom is like, normally tomorrow is her day to go. As I think I've talked about this on the channel before, my family kind of takes turns watching over my grandfather during the week while my aunt who lives with him is at work. And unfortunately, he is not doing great, and she was like, we absolutely need someone to be there tomorrow, and I can't because we got to fix the hole in the roof. And so they asked if I could come over there, so I'm like, sure. So, and I usually just sleep over there because I am not an early morning person. I'm a stay up until the early morning person. So in the last, like, hour, I got a soup completely made from scratch, completely made it up. And then I have to pack up tonight to then spend a few days, probably a few more days, at least one day more than usual, maybe more, over there to be sure that he's okay. Thank you, Roland, very much. It's unfortunate. For those who don't know, he has MS, and honestly, we've actually been very blessed because he got diagnosed with it about 18 years ago, about before my youngest sister was born, I think. And they gave him 3 years to live, and he's been around for 18 years, so, since then. So, honestly, we've been very blessed. He's fought very hard against it this whole time. But, you know, you get older, and even without MS, you know, things start to go bad. And so, no! My light! Oh, gosh, this computer. Can you guys see me well enough with just the screen? Because if you can, I'm not going to bother with it. Let me know if you can still... I think it looks like you can see me well enough with just the screen light. So if it looks fine, please let me know. But anyway, so yeah, so that was it was a lot of unfortunate stuff to be in one quick phone call. Okay, thank you, Roland. Roland, thank you very much. Okay, so I figured it looked good enough. I'm like, we're not gonna worry about it. Thank you, Ryan. Because this computer, this Mac is dead. This Mac it's gonna be gone. It's like, it might as well just be done. It might as well be done. So I'll get a new one. I think it gets here Thursday. And I get to just pay it off for like 2 years, just like, you know, however much it is a month, and I'll be done with it, so that's good. But yeah, so it was a lot of unfortunate news to get in one phone call. Grandpa not doing, and I just saw him, you know. Thank you, Kim. Thank you very much. No, my grandfather, he's a man's man. Like, yes, thank you, Matthew. Rest in peace, my old Mac. This might even be the one I started the channel on. 5 years. I'm trying to think if it's been 5 years. It's been a while. But anyway, yeah, it was a lot of bad news at once. And so it's the last couple hours I've just been like, ah! Like, okay, I have to, you know, make my dinner, and then I'm just gonna bring that, I guess, now to my aunt's place. So I have something lighter to eat because I've been, like I said, I've been off the last couple of days. Like I've just physically been feeling kind of weird. So I have that. And then I have to, as soon as the stream is over, I gotta pack a few outfits so I can go stay over there for a few nights. So while my aunt works, there can be someone there with him 24/7, which is what we try to do regardless. So it's just been, it went from being like sweet streaming night to like, oh my gosh, like, okay, I gotta get everything done like super fast. So yeah, it's been a day already. So, yes, thank you, Roland. It's like nursing the elderly, it is tough. I am very sorry for your loss of your grandparents. Um, yeah, like we have not thankfully had to deal with dementia or anything like that, thankfully. But and sometimes you just like it's just over and you don't know. Um oh yes, Kim, absolutely doing the stream still. It's like this was just as much, it's just as much for me as it is for you guys of being like I need to just we're just going to watch some RiffTrax shorts and have fun because oh my gosh, like I need it right now, right? And thank you, Roland, very much for your prayers. Thank you very much. Yes, new Starcade fan. Good vibes to everyone. Um, yeah, and it's like we lost my nana about just over 2 years ago now, and it was out of nowhere. Like she'd had various illnesses for a while, but she just always stuck around. She was always still good. You know what I mean? And then one day she was like, "I need to go to the hospital," and that was it. That by that night she was gone. And oh hey Rebecca, what's up? But and the thing that surprised us is the doctors literally could not figure out why. It was just her time to go. They were just like her heart is just like not working, and we literally can't find a direct reason. Even in the end, they were just like we cannot figure it out. So it's like we've been down this road in a way before, and so it's just been tough. This whole year, we started back in January with me and my sister Maddie going over there a couple days a week each, but then Maddie had school. So now Holly goes over there for a day, and my mom goes over there for a day. Um, and or I think mom might have already had a day, but now it's like a different day, whatever it is now. Um, Thank you, Matthew. We love my Nana very much, obviously, and it was hard. I think, did I ever mention it, honestly? I'm trying to think. I think I did, because it was 2 years ago. I definitely was in the channel then. And that was just a tough year. Like 2019. Hey Ian, what's up? 2019 was probably tougher for my family than 2020, like overall. This year also has been pretty difficult. But we're hanging in there, It's like and I'm trying honestly, like count the blessings of like I have a new job and I have this area where I can enjoy it and do my best with it. My family is safe. We all are in safe places. We all have enough food on the table, which there have been years where that has been rough, and um and I have been able to come back to this channel to start it back up after such a hiatus, to be able to do the streams and for them to do so well, for us to earn money for St. Jude's, for like all there have been, especially in the last few months, there have been a lot of blessings, even when there's been a lot of tough stuff and a lot of dealings with with my mental state, being what it is. So um it's just the year has had a lot of ups and downs, honestly, and we're just keeping it in there as much as we can and just moving forward as much as we possibly can, and just being there for my grandpa. This whole year we've been like, he can't spend the mornings on his own anymore with my aunt at work. He needs someone there to even just not just take care of him and bring him coffee and stuff, but like to be a companion and show him that he's not alone with just him and the dogs in the house, so I thank you all very much for your support as well and everything. Um, and so I did mention this in my werewolf review. Thank you, Matthew. Um, it's like, yes, my parents and my nana were like super into Mystery Science Theater, and so a lot of my love and passion for it was birthed out of them. And my nana and I would stay up some nights and watch, Mystery Science, like a lot of the classics. She also loved Teenage Strangler, which is one of my personal favorites. So it's just, it's always been kind of a family affair in that way. So yeah, it's just our family has had it a bit rough this year, losing Archie earlier, our dog, and then Grandpa not doing well. But we are pushing on to do what we can do, you know. And I'm gonna go over there in the middle of this week, and I'm gonna work on some work scripts while over there, and do what I can for my grandpa and my aunt, and help keep things in line as much as I can over there. So yeah, so I'm sorry to start off with something heavy. Honestly, I just kind of needed to vent about it for a minute because yeah, it was like less than 2 hours ago my mom was like, "The car has a hole in it. Maddie's okay, but the car has a hole in it and grandpa really needs the help and now I can't be there tomorrow. Can you be there?" It was just a lot at 1 second. So just being able to like vent for a minute was like that's just what I needed. So thank you very much. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you very much. And thank you for being in here. I don't think I'd seen you in here yet. So thank you very much for your peaceful wishes. I really appreciate that. Let's go through a couple of the lighter comments real quick, and then we'll get into this. So we're doing Bridget and Mary Jo Day. We're gonna just do a ton of their shorts and stuff. I thought about doing a feature. We might do that another day. They have so many riffs. We could do multiple Bridget and Mary Jo days, or just have them mixed in with the guys on like themed days, which is probably what we're gonna do for Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm sure. But for this one, they have so many good shorts, and some of them are more like after-school special length, about 30 minutes. So, I'm probably gonna just do shorts tonight. But let's see. So Ian was asking, do you think Finding Dory was unneeded? I hate it. Worst Pixar movie for me. On the one hand, I've never seen Finding Dory, actually. I still have not watched it. But just on principle, I do believe it was unnecessary because Finding Nemo is such a good classic movie. I wrote a paper on Finding Nemo in like my psychology class, I think, and got like a 98, I think, 98 or 100. It was like really high. So just a humble brag a little bit, but I did really well on it and it was really good. So I feel like, you know, Finding Dory is putting extra stuff on a film that didn't need it. Hello, Larch88. Good to see you in the chat. Let's see. Yes, Finding Nemo is like such a classic and it's so well written. So let's see. I'm sorry that you also that you've been having some family drama this year, Sketchman. Man, it's like you know, families, even when you guys are all getting along, life will have something happen. Even if the attitudes and everything are fine, life is like, yeah, so just, it be like that, man, and I'm sorry about that. Glad you liked the Skydivers review, John. I know I'm gonna have to do the other Coleman Francis movies eventually, but Skydivers I knew was gonna be the easiest and my favorite of them to do. Everyone's like, coffee? I like coffee. Ooh, Jack Frost. That's a good idea, Sketchman. Actually, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that picture. There we go. Let's see. Seeing the prom, it's a pleasure. I'm actually glad I never went to prom. Yeah, I was homeschooled. Never worried about prom. I think they did do some, like, homeschool group proms and stuff like that. And I was like, who cares? Like, we don't need that. Let's see. Thank you, Larch, for wishing peace to my family. It is, you know, I know, like, life hasn't been very kind to anyone the last couple of years. So, at this point, I am counting the blessings that I can for us. So thank you very much. Let's see. And then, oh, Ryan, loved that Twitter question, who's the best Muppet and why is it Gonzo? Yes, hey, and Shoma, let's see. Yeah, sorry that you can't be online very long. But this will be on the channel. It's all shorts, so hopefully nothing that'll be all shorts and nothing that I know that's copyrighted. So hopefully we're fine. Yes, Sketchman, life is slapping us like a fish, like in, Nineveh. If any of you know the Jonah VeggieTales movie, that's what they do, so. I'll have to make a video of that one day. That is literally the movie that got me into movie making. And, like, what I do here is only because of that. And what else? There was something else. Oh, yes, the Twitter question, Ryan. I had seen one where one of the many Disney Parks pages that I follow was like, who's the best Muppet and why is it Gonzo? And I was like, I've been waiting my whole life to answer this question. And so, To me, it's just that Gonzo is the most human all the time. Like, he is just the deepest. Thank you, Matthew. Yes, Jonah of VeggieTales movie walked so that Faith could run. Yes, it's that movie. I have to make a video because, like, I literally have a huge. I don't know if I could show you because I don't want to mess up the setup. Maybe I think I posted a picture to it on Twitter a few weeks ago. I have movie theater sized posters. One of Jonah that's on my studio wall, and then one of the Pirates Don't Do Anything movie that's on my bedroom side, like right above my bed where I sleep. So but Jonah was the movie that, like, I was 8 years old. And I watched the commentaries and bonus features, and I was like, oh my god, movies have to be made? What does that mean? And I just fell in love. Like, the only reason I'm into that stuff now is because of that. Like, it's amazing. Like, that is where it stemmed from. And so, let's see, what else was I saying? I keep getting distracted. But yeah, like, the Gonzo thing, I was like, let's freaking go, because I know it's, like, Gonzo has been my favorite character literally since I was, a baby. Like, Muppet Babies, Gonzo was my favorite. And just the older I got, the more I was like, oh my gosh. Like, Gonzo is so deep and so human. Like, any of the Muppets can have human emotions and be fully fleshed out characters, absolutely. Like, Kermit definitely has. Like, being green is, like, clearly a Kermit moment where that is happening. But, excuse me, hiccups, that Diet Coke on an empty stomach. But, Gonzo is that all the time. Gonzo is the character that, the audience boos him off the stage and he keeps going. But he's always true to who he is. One of my favorite things about Gonzo, and the way I would put it, as to what hit me really hard when I started, especially when I was about 12, and started getting the DVD of the Muppet Show, was that no matter how many times the audience booed him off the stage and his acts were seen as, like, ridiculous and terrible and everyone hated them, he always got back up and kept going, never changing who he was. He might change the act to something different, but the core of it was always what he wanted to do. And that's kind of what I do with this channel, is I'm like, I'm just doing what I want to do. And I'm just glad that there are 1,500 people that like that too. That we have 30 people right now that are, like, listening to me blather on about the great Gonzo is, like, pretty damn cool. Or that, I could be like Jonah of VeggieTales movie and everyone's like, yeah, just like, that's really cool. And it's just like, he just has such depth to him that when people are like, oh, he just, like, shoots himself out of cannons, I'm like, you casual, like, not to gatekeep at all, but I'm like, dude, have you never seen, Muppet Christmas Carol? I know one of you who mentioned it. I want to give credit, if I can find it again. Ryan, yes, the Madeline Kahn episode of the Muppet Show. I'm like, have you seen that? Have you seen the one? Oh, which star is it? It's the one where Gonzo sings My Way. I don't remember who the star is, and I apologize. But it's that one. It's season 4. Like, or, again, like, to me, the biggest thing, Gonzo doesn't really have an arc in the Muppet movie. Most of them don't. Muppet movie, it's okay. The music is far better than the movie itself, I feel, in the Muppet movie, just to be honest. I think the follow-up movie is much better, personally. That it just... When they're stuck in the desert and he sings, I'm going to go back there someday, I think the thing that hits so hard for me is, like, it's all a metaphor that Paul Williams and was it Kenny Fisher who also wrote the songs, hi Gina, good to see you in the chat. I'm trying to make sure I haven't missed calling anybody out, by the way, just by names. I want to greet everyone equally. But the thing about that song, I'm going to go back there someday, is, like, if you really listen to the lyrics, it's not talking about an actual place. It's like a feeling, It's the feeling of, I think, personally, I think it's the feeling of, like, belonging and feeling home. Hi, the It and Fit. Yes, that song, it's so important. And hi, Adrian, what's up? It's such an important song to me because it's about feeling like you're home and like you belong and like you're where you're supposed to be. Because one of the biggest lyrics in there for me that hits, like, so hard is, I've never been there, but I know the way. Because it's not a real place. It's like, I know what being home will feel like when I get there. And I'm just like, that alone gives Gonzo more depth than most characters that exist, in my opinion. The lyrics of that song are so raw and like so deep. Personally, um, I just feel like that is what makes Gonzo Gonzo. Is the fact that he is so real and so human and loves being himself, but gets knocked down and does have some identity issues, which is part of what I absolutely adored about the Haunted Mansion special. Is it the greatest Muppet project? No, but that is the most a project has gotten Gonzo in so long. Like Sketchman, yes, Gonzo had Muppets from Space, which is an awful movie. It's not good because it misses the point of who Gonzo is. It's like, oh, he doesn't know what species he is and that makes him sad. I'm like, no, that is not what it is. It's not that he doesn't know his species. It's that he just has this feeling of his identity. Like, he's both proud of who he is and, like, his weirdness and him as a person. But he still does struggle with, like, his connections to his friends and, how they can see him. And, how would people see him if he wasn't, like the Haunted Mansion special says, if he isn't the one shooting himself out of cannons, then who is he? Would they still like him? Would he still have any fans? Would he still be considered the great Gonzo? It has nothing to do with what he looks like or his species. That's not the problem. His problem is internal. And that's the thing that special got so right, was it didn't matter that, oh, he's the only whatever that exists. What matters is that, his friends still see and love him for who he is, not for his performances on stage and stuff like that, but just who he is as a person. And that's what hit so hard for me, because I have the, like, exact same thing of, like, part of me is really proud of, like, who I am and what I do. And there's a part of me that's like, oh man, do I ever hate myself? Like, do I ever have self-loathing issues? And so seeing anything similar like that in any character is a lot for me, but Gonzo has, like, so much of it, of just this raw emotion that gets overlooked, or people just see him as being, like, funny and the one that shoots himself out of cannons, and I'm like, stop, that's not all he is, you're missing so much. So that's just my own personal take on it there. Yes, Sketchman, they absolutely didn't stick to that movie. In fact, when was it? It is absolutely retconned. There was an interview that Gonzo himself and Dave Goelz did in, like, 2008, 2012. It was a long time ago. But they did an interview that was up on YouTube. I don't know where to find it now, but it's there. And he said, specifically, someone asked about the movie, and if he's, like, an alien or whatever, and he goes, he's like, those were actors? He goes, that was just a movie? That was a fictional story. I am not an alien. Those were actors that just happened to look like me. So that's how they kind of retconned that into being like, it's not real. It was non-canon. It's a non-canon film. So that, which I absolutely love, because it means it's not canon, and anyone that thinks it is can suck it, because it's just not. Because anytime I see someone call Gonzo an alien, I want to shoot them into the sun. Like, not to be too violent. Hey, Stuffy Wuff, what's up? But I'm like, that's not true. How dare you miss-species my favorite character when that is not the point of anything. Anyway, let's see. Hey, Dusty, what's up? Thank you for being a big fan of me, as well as Mystery Science and RiffTrax. Right, if you're talking about the It and Fit, if you're talking about the Haunted Mansion special, I agree that it's reconciling Muppet Show Gonzo kind of with more modern Gonzo, where they did just kind of, like, in the movies. I'll say this, in Most Wanted, they definitely just make him the stunt guy. The Muppets, I will, thank you, It and Fit, perfect, yes. Because the Muppets 2011, there's one really good part when they first recruit him back, and Walter has that moment with him, and then Camilla's like, you know what you want to do, so do it. It's like, okay, like, his heart was like, I want to be back with the Muppets, but his mind was like, bro, you're just gonna break up again, so, like, don't do it, because it's gonna hurt. And I loved that. Like, it's so subtle, but it's so good. It's only that one scene, but it's so damn good. So, it's like, I think that was a really good Gonzo moment in that movie, and then Haunted Mansion. Those are like the two best Gonzo things of the last like 25 years, honestly. Probably since Treasure Island-ish. Modern Muppet Babies is also good, but I'm talking like adult Gonzo here. Yeah, Haunted Mansion did a perfect job of, yes, reconciling Muppet Show Gonzo and modern Gonzo, and giving him the emotion and heart that he used to always have. Excuse me, oh my gosh. Huh. So, that's probably enough Gonzo talk for now to actually get into what we're doing here. I am so glad there's like, what, 27 of you guys watching right now, despite the fact that I've literally just talked about my own personal problems and then Gonzo for the last 30 minutes. Let's see. So, let's see. Nope. This, yes. Okay, there we go. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 or 7 different Bridget and Mary Jo riffs we're going to watch here. So, we're going to get into it. We're starting with, these are just a bunch of my favorites, and a couple that I think are just really good, and they're nice and long, which will be really funny. So, like, that have, like, storylines, because Bridget and Mary Jo handles some with storylines, which is fun. So this one, Keeping Clean and Neat, was originally on Mystery Science. This description does not tell you that, but it was in season 5? 6? One of the Mike early seasons. It was Mike and Trace were both in it. So, oh, let me get my headphones in so I can also hear this. So hopefully I can. Thank you very much, Roland. The more one speaks about Gonzo, the more that person is praiseworthy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't know what this was. I just felt the need. Yes, Stuffy Wuff. Muppet Christmas Carol is a true labor of love. It absolutely is. Because that was the first movie they did without Jim. And without Richard Hunt as well. So it was a big deal for them. So, you know, I'm just glad there are people out there that love Gonzo as much as I do and think that I am praiseworthy for talking about him, which is really nice. Anyway, so we are gonna start here. Can I hear this? Can I hear this? Let's see. I'm gonna move this for just a second.
I love Ethel Barrymore films.
Clean and neat?
Hang on,
I can do one.
I cannot hear anything. Let's see, are these headphones plugged in? Yes.
But not both.
Sorry, guys. Hang on a second. You're looking at my ceiling now. Whoa, okay. Can I hear this? Let's see. No, why is my... Hang on. We are going to... What in the world? I am done with computer issues today. Let me double check something. Audio. Ah! Had my wrong headphones linked on my audio. That's gonna be what happened there. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Okay, I am sorry about that.
I love Ethel Barrymore
I know,
films.
right? The computer gremlins.
Clean and neat? I can do one, but not both.
Dave Goles is still strong as Gonzo, which is impressive in its own right. I absolutely guarantee.
Ooh, Encyclopedia Britannica.
Adrian, I just listened to the song. I'm crying. Holy bleep. Yes, it is.
BYOB!
Let me know if you guys can hear, by the way. As long as you can hear, great. If not, tell me what to do.
They want to choose a boy and a girl.
And my sister Holly is like, yes, Bridget, Mary Jo. Oh,
The Wicker Man.
also she said, I didn't see this 10 minutes ago. Muppet Christmas Carol, the only Christmas Carol. There is no other Charles Dickens.
Sure of one thing.
Please tell me we're gonna watch the prom short. Yes, I believe that is on my list.
Because keeping clean and neat is something everyone is expected to do, and for a very good reason.
Remember the typhoid outbreak last semester?
And to the health of those around
Yikes.
you. Don may feel that
Stop.
he looks neat
Mouse.
enough, and that he's clean enough.
Well, Don's
But let's go
wrong.
back to the start of the day. And
Sometimes I
see
hear
what
this
we
and I can just hear the old Mr.
Don't
Science
make me
ones.
part of this.
Back in bed this morning. First of all, form the habit of getting up in plenty of time. Keeping clean and neat is a matter of forming good habits.
This poor kid. This is me every morning, man.
Why must vodka be so delicious?
If you lie in bed so long that you have to rush, how can you expect to be neat and clean?
Mrs. Bates, can I have some fresh towels, please?
It's always weird how often these cleaning shorts would have
tub.
No, my
whichever you
water
like.
would have
Think
the
Don's
kids
happy
in
about being
showers.
watched while he showers.
That's the thing. Like, there was the shower in. I know there's one in
Hey, I can see daylight.
what's it called? Harv and Marv have one where you're seeing kids in the shower, and I'm like, why are we doing this?
Be sure to get
Why are we
between
doing
your
this?
toes and the bottom of your feet.
This was the movie that
Like
got
that
Quentin
frickin',
Tarantino really excited about filmmaking.
Witch in the Dirt Witch thing was
You're
like
not
so
clean
weird.
If your fingernails aren't.
There speaks a man who has never
Then
changed a
rinse all
diaper.
the soap off. Learn to make good habits work for you by following the same order every time.
Is his body gonna be in a different order the next time he showers?
Man, you can see that kid's ribs.
And here's another habit. Wash your hair on the same day each week.
Gonna order yourself some
Saturday,
dinner, Rebecca?
whichever day
Order
you
something
choose.
good.
Oh, wow. What day will he choose?
Oh, I can't wait to find
Use
out.
a good shampoo or soap and rub in the lather with your fingers, not your
There's like no
fingernails.
lather there. Oh, okay. I was like, there's no
Fingernails,
soap.
young man.
With a rinse
Those
in
things are
between.
dirty, filthy.
And after the second lather, when your hair is perfectly clean, rinse again. Keep rinsing till every bit of soap is out.
The young Howie Mandel Chronicles will continue after these messages.
Oh, doesn't he have OCD?
There. Feels good, doesn't it? Give yourself a good rub down with the towel until
Yeah.
you're completely dry.
Not New Yorker cartoon dry, but dry.
Now, before you brush your hair, be sure your comb and
The
brush
kid has
are
a nice
clean.
robe, though.
Wash them the day you wash your
Honestly, I
hair.
should probably get
I'm
one. I just
worried
wear
about
my
the amount
pajamas
of
all the time.
blood in Don's life.
Your teeth? If you brushed them well last night, they're clean now. Brush them again after breakfast, so they'll be clean again until lunch. One more good habit. Before you leave the bathroom, see that it's neat and clean, too.
Ah, sorcerer!
Washcloth hung up to dry. Cap back on the shampoo.
Where were you on the night of June 5th?
Bathtub clean. Basin clean.
What is he like? I don't know, man.
Everything is put away.
Yeah, see, that kid is really thin. Like, his arms even are like so slim. Now, I'm fat, so maybe I just don't know what healthily thin looks like. But he's pretty thin.
But look at those shoes.
No,
They
you
need
can't
to be
make
cleaned
me.
and shine. What you need is a shoe shine kit.
Here, now wear this
There you
instead.
are. You can make one like this yourself, you know.
Prince made that in shop.
That's better, isn't it? Be sure the top is back on the polish. Now to finish dressing. Uh-oh. That's no way to treat your clothes.
But that's how they treat me.
If they're clean enough to wear again,
Oh my
hang them
gosh,
up.
it's like I'm feeling a little
Not
bit
that
called
smart.
out with like how messed up all his clothes and stuff are. I'm like, okay, I know. Ugh.
Seems like it's gonna take a while.
Put the shirts on hangers, too.
Yeah.
Hang them up in
Oh,
your
hi,
closet.
Mr. T-Bone SF. He definitely has a pre-super soldier serum vibe.
Before you do another thing, get busy and straighten it out.
Are we in a whole different short now? What?
If the narrator starts talking about changes to Don's body, I'm gonna assume we're in a compilation.
Hard work, isn't it?
Yeah, several hours later.
Get neat, you'll never have to go
He has a
through
lot of
anything
plaid.
like- Now then, a clean shirt, and you're ready to take a look at yourself.
You despise what you see.
Hair combed,
Check my nails, baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell.
cuffs buttoned, clean hands,
Palms
Who
shaved.
holds your hands like this to see if they're clean?
shirt buttoned and
Looks like you're
tucked in,
asking for more
belt
porridge.
through all the loops, trousers buttoned or zipped,
My sister Holly texted saying, "Stop making fun of us skinny people. We can't help it. Maybe he has a
You
thyroid
have
condition
completed
too."
Stage 1 nerd.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Did not mean to offend anyone out there like my
Better
sister
than
with
the way you
thyroid
looked in class
conditions.
this morning. Now, how about you, Mildred? Let's see what habits will help you keep neat and clean.
You're the real problem.
You need a weekly shampoo, too, of course. Girls have to wash their hair in the afternoon or evening, so there's time to put it up.
Unless you're Sinead
Don't go to
O'Connor.
bed
Just
with
buy
wet
a
hair.
hair dryer. Like, I just bought myself a
Putting up
cheap
your
hair
hair is
dryer,
something you
so...
have to learn.
Because I used to go to sleep with wet hair all the time and just not care about it, but now I'm like, I just got sick last month. I don't want to get sick again. Or like in September, whatever, I was sick.
And she'll enjoy not hearing the phrase,
Hiccup snow.
"Stop interfering in my
It's
life!"
a good time to trim your fingernails. Make a habit of doing it the day you wash your hair.
I don't have this
Yep,
problem,
all still
unfortunately, because
Boys
I,
like
like,
to use
bite
fingernail
them
clippers,
off, which I know I
but
shouldn't.
girls can shape
It's
them
an
better than
anxiety
every
tick, I
boy.
think.
And see that little sore place where you pulled away the skin?
Yep, I probably have one of those right now.
Cut it.
If
You
not,
won't have a
yep,
sore
I have
place
one
like
on my
that.
thumb.
Stop saying sore place.
Don't forget your toenails.
How long will the stream
After a bath
be?
is a
How
good
much will I
time to
miss
cut
if I
them,
go
because
for
they'll
dinner?
Oh.
It'll probably
straight
be
across
until at least
and not rounded
10.
like fingernails.
She
Um,
usually does this on a city bus or at the office.
yes, thank you, Jackie, the fingernail thing, man.
She's just leaving it
Yeah,
on
so
the
this should be
floor.
at least till
Oh,
10
no,
because I have a lot of stuff
Look at
lined
your
up for us,
clothes.
so
Why, that's as bad as mine
so it
was.
should still be another couple hours at
Things that are
least, as
dirty
far as I
should
can
go into the
tell.
laundry. Things that are clean enough to wear again should be folded and put away.
Why no
Make
clothes
sure there
hangers
are
for
no wrinkles
Mildred?
in it when you fold it.
Ooh, getting
And that
pizza,
dresser
Rebecca?
drawer.
That sounds good.
You'd better straighten it out this very minute.
This is like a how-to OCD training.
Dude, man, that's my thing. It's like I'm trying to make sure I keep my place
I can't help
in
feeling
any
that
kind
if
of
they
array at
slowed
this
down
point
the
because I am
film instead of
so
speeding it up, she'd do a better
gross.
job
Like I just
folding
leave
clothes and putting
clothes
them
around
away.
or just have them in laundry baskets. That's it.
Marie Kondo on coke.
There. If you learn the habit of keeping it neat, you'll never have to go through anything like this.
Ryan, I asked my mother if this was all really
And
done back
you're
in the day.
clean.
She said, "No, are you
Isn't it
kidding?"
nice to climb into bed?
But that bed is so unsightly, it'll have to be rebuilt entirely.
Interesting that they have like button-up nightshirts that are short sleeve.
In the morning, give
Usually when I
yourself
see a
plenty of
button-up
time.
nightshirt, it's like a long
You
sleeve.
can't rush and be neat. Be sure your underthings are clean.
Have an under things accountability partner to keep you honest.
See you back in half an hour or so, Roland.
Your shoes should go on over clean socks. And take a look at your shoes.
Yeah, Larch,
Are they
it's
as neat as
like,
they
did
should be?
did
I
teachers
don't know,
notice
why
their
don't
kids
you
were
tell
like
us?
unkempt? But if that's true, it's not on the kid. If you're like 8, that's on your
Before you put on your
parents.
dress,
Like
it's
they
a
should
good
be
idea
taking
to
care
brush
of
your
you
hair.
or making sure you take care of
Be
yourself.
sure you've washed your brush. Don't put a dirty brush on clean hair. Brush and brush and brush. At least 100 strokes.
We can address your split end problem another time.
Yeah, right. I'm just working on conditioning, once or twice a week. Gonna get a haircut in a couple weeks.
There.
Gonna probably chop most
Look
of it
how
off.
shines.
It's so long
You
and
did get all the
unkempt
soap
at this
out last night,
point.
didn't you?
Didn't you? Didn't you?
I haven't had it
Now,
cut in
what
at
dress
like
you wear?
2 years,
Your
maybe
dress
2 and a
has to be
half.
suited
It's
to
been
the
a long
occasion.
time since I've had my
It is
haircut.
cute, but
Not
she
even just
may
because
wanna grab a
of the
carton.
stuff going on in the world, just in general. I just didn't get it cut.
No, that's a lovely party dress. but
Yeah, the
it's too
100
busy for
stroke things were
school.
called BS.
You don't want to be
Dude, sometimes
mistaken
I
for
brush
foreign
my
royalty.
whole head of hair in like 10 to 12
There,
strokes.
That's more like it. But would another color look better?
Hey, why didn't
As
you
you
ask
watch
Don
colors,
about his
You learn
plaid?
what combination looks best on you. And now, how do you look? You can see what a big difference a little extra care can make in your appearance.
And don't you dare tell me it's what's on the inside that
Good appearance helps you get along with others.
Just the fact that she has bobby pins in her hair makes her better than me.
Keeping clean and neat is something we expect of everyone as a health measure. For
Measure.
ourselves and for our community.
the future of our nation rests on
simply
your
a matter of
extremely
learning
clean
good habits.
shoulders.
Like, yeah,
And
what
letting
does it
them work for
matter?
you.
Like,
Don't you think you can do it?
So the narrator hygiene shames Don and Mildred, and then they don't even get picked?
yeah, yup, that's it. It should just show, like,
Did
you
any
could have.
kid ever turn out the way the narrator in a school short wanted them to?
Yeah, because
I did.
the narrator is like,
That I believe.
you need to be clean, and they learn nothing. Like, they just don't get picked. Tracks. Okay. Short one down. Yes, okay, so this one that we're going to be doing next is the Campbell's Soup one. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it before. It's absolutely ridiculous, because it's all the things you can do with Campbell's Soup. And I didn't know any of this existed until I saw this short for the first time. You'll see what I mean when we get into it. But I have since then found a YouTuber / like, I think TikTok guy who cooks vintage recipes. Like, that's his thing. And oh my gosh, like, the Campbell's Soup in everything is like a real thing. And there's one in particular that I won't give away just in case you're like me and never heard of this stuff before. But there's one thing that he made and I was like, what? Like, this was real? So, Campbell's Soup, the magic shelf. Whenever they do full screen shorts, you can't see Thor's face in those. Let's My sister goes, brush 100 strokes. Clearly this guy was not hashtag free the curl SMH.
Campbell's Soup presents There Is Nothing in This House to Eat.
Where men think groceries come from.
Sorry guys, bit of an anxiety tick there, alright?
Oh, so Ann Marshall's responsible for cream of asparagus. Thanks.
I've seen that soup store meme so many times, and it's like, I still
And
don't
now
really
here's
get it.
our
I'm just like,
host,
alright.
Mr. Split Pea.
Like, I've seen the meme, I've seen, like, chunks of the video or whatever, but I'm just like, okay. Yes, this opening is so effing long.
He had a silk handkerchief. He took the silk handkerchief,
Handkerchief.
made a single knot, and he held it in his hand. Then he looked at it, rather mysterious look. The handkerchief almost seemed to become alive.
The amazing this guy.
Would you be kind enough to act as my assistant for just a few minutes? Of course. I'm going to attempt something a little different. Something which...
Build a car with Campbell's soup. That's literally how this short ends up being,
A friend of
man.
mine who happens to be a gentleman farmer.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Mind holding the hat for just a minute?
Sorry for knocking the
Just a moment,
mouse
I'm gonna
there.
place the hat on the top of the glass.
This opening takes so long to actually get to the point, man.
And keep your eye right.
Ooh, Sketchman, a RiffTrax live double feature. If I could find lives that would let me do it on
That's why
YouTube, that would be
the gentleman farmer
good.
is still single.
Excuse me. I was thinking about doing live streams of RiffTrax live episodes for Christmas, so we'll see if I can do that. Excuse me.
Drink it and Viola.
Hey, Pudgy Bear,
Abdominal
perfect timing for me.
cramping.
Got yourself a burger. Gonna enjoy the live stream with it. Awesome.
Many times magicians are always asked, why
Aw, sorry, Matthew, that you gotta go do some homework. But I get it. So,
and milk disappear.
let's see. So, have a good night. I hope that maybe you can catch the rest of this later, or catch the Thanksgiving one later this month. Yeah, they're not doing camera edits for the magic
this guy
tricks.
came to my school assembly.
Catholic Schools Week.
Let's see.
Now I'd like to show you my latest very colorful novelty, the rice bowls of Fu Manchu.
Well, seriously, Mary Jo, why is this happening?
I know. We might have gotten a mislabeled movie.
Unless he's gonna make some double noodle right about now.
I think it takes, what, 5 whole minutes?
We'll get through it.
Yeah, we still got at least 2 minutes of this, I think. Somewhere like that.
Ah, perhaps it's a lesson in compound interest.
Gross. Those things have been stored in the back of his magician
Yup, yes,
hatchback.
new Starcade fan. If these shorts weren't about shaming the newlywed housewives, they're trying to sell gas stoves and stuff.
Yes, I think back.
I swear to you, that's like all the ones we're covering are, most of them are like shaming housewives or learning to like, this thing will change your
He's
life.
digging a hole for the middle act.
Yeah, the juggler better have some chops.
Like, this part is so long.
His hips! Look at his hips!
Ew. No,
And that lady is just smiling like, yup, this is still interesting.
A young David Copperfield saw this and said, I want in.
That was just wonderful. Now, you mind if I do a little magic?
Oh, here it goes. Okay, maybe it's only 4 minutes, yeah.
The magic of calling security!
Oh, don't notice that lighting change.
With tomato soup.
Finally!
Delicious for a quick, appetizing, and
Yeah, 4
nutritious
minutes
lunch.
into a 15-minute short.
Only one on the list of America's favorite lunches.
Yes, we
Another is
should
to
be very
combine
suspicious of this man. B,
tasteful
you're
soup
absolutely
with an
right.
appetizing sandwich.
Or this one.
Or you might prefer a luncheon of soup, salad, and dessert. But
My
maybe
sister
that's a
Holly's
little
like,
too
yes, one of my
Or
favorite
perhaps you're in a
shorts.
hurry.
Yes,
Well,
this is a
then
very
let's
good
just
one.
Make it soup and dessert.
How about a Coke and a smoke?
With good, rich Campbell soup as your starting point, there are so many combinations available. But according to a nationwide survey, the most popular is, that's right, soup, sandwich, and dessert.
I don't know about the rest of the country, but it's certainly the most popular with me.
And mother.
Where in the world did you...
Oh, I'm not finished yet. In fact, I've just begun. Now let's take that situation when unexpected company comes.
Pull the shades and hide under the bed.
Build that quick buffet supper around a tureen. Then fill with chicken noodle soup. And you have
Yes,
the
and now
meal
soup.
made
That's
to
literally
grab
this thing.
just dropped in.
Yes, Agent 57,000
Well, I thought I knew every
DM.
magic
She is
trick
doing
there
real
was.
magic
That's
compared
what
to
the
this
gentleman
guy.
farmer said.
But
Like
this is a
actually making
different
stuff
kind of
disappear and
magic.
such.
This is mealtime magic built around soup. Soup is wonderful for lunch, a quick snack, or light meal.
Isn't that a meme
Soup
right now?
is
It's
more
like,
than soup.
good soup.
It's an alternative
Your
lifestyle.
meals. It lends color to your table. It's a
What
time-saving
happened?
ingredient
There
in
we go.
quick cookery. It's an
Just my phone
ideal
being weird.
convenient sauce for many dishes.
It's why there is something instead of nothing.
If I was a magician and this lady suddenly was like, here's bowls of soup out of nowhere, I would be genuinely very
Here's
impressed.
a casserole dish
7 hours later.
with muffins, both made with cream of mushroom soup.
Oh no,
Now,
my sister
why-
might have to drop out soon because her phone is low.
Just look at the possibilities with tomato soup.
Oh, here's the tomato soup.
Gross.
Wonderful. But how do you do it?
With a can opener.
I'd be like, how did you manifest this kitchen behind my
Lady,
stage?
I've got a supper club gig. Can I just get my check, you know?
And a full soup shelf.
Of course.
Look
why
at how
didn't I
much
think of
soup!
it?
That's nothing but that's a spice rack
Every
with only
kitchen needs
soup
an
on
Andy
it.
Warhol installation.
Who needs 4 shelves of nothing but
You can
Campbell's
use it just
soup?
as it comes from the can, as a pour-on sauce over meat,
Man.
or vegetables.
Or pants.
Simply season to taste.
Yes, I'm positive it needs more salt.
Can openers back then were way dangerous. Yikes. I mean, like, look, I keep a lot of ramen on hand, but I do more than just make it as soup. Like, I'll do things with it. And even then, man, it's like, I'm just trying to eat what I like at, like, affordable
Once you
rates.
get magicians in your kitchen, you can never get rid of them.
Ain't that the truth?
See? It adds zip and color.
That's the
to
thing.
beef,
She just does
pork,
soup.
and fish.
Gray
Plain
is the
tomato
color.
soup
You like
as
Spanish
sauces. She doesn't
Well,
add
it's all
anything.
made with
She doesn't
tomato
mix it
soup.
in. It's just soup.
It's a quick, easy way to make
Who puts
Spanish
soup
rice
on
and
their
Spanish
meat?
omelet.
You put things
It
in
adds the
soup,
zest
not
of
soup
the
on
world's finest
things.
tomatoes, carefully blended seasonings, and creamery butter.
Butter.
There's a basic ingredient in barbecue sauce.
Rachel, look
There's
at those
nothing
smothered wieners.
Who puts tomato soup in barbecue sauce? I'm from Kansas City. That is
I
offensive.
particularly like.
Leaving my family to become a poet in Paris.
Use mushroom
Aw.
soup for a delicate, flavorful mushroom
Yes, B.
cream
Black and white
sauce.
food looks unappetizing
The Walter
AF.
White of soup.
Add a third of a cup of milk for mushroom cream sauce.
And mushrooms, cream and flavor, and you're all set.
That's the thing. You could make your own mushroom cream sauce super easily, like without having to just
And
use soup.
simmer about 2 minutes.
I know it looks gross, and it'll
See,
look gross when
I
it's
like
done.
my grandma
And
used to
remember to
bake
stir the sauce
pork chops
constantly
in
for best
mushroom
result.
soup. Oh, by the way, hello
This is a
311
real
Dolphin Girl.
5-minute mushroom
But it's like,
cream sauce. Rich,
yes, like Stuffy Wolf
delicious,
just said,
and
soup can be an
velvet smooth.
ingredient, but not the whole
You can taste
sauce.
those fresh,
Like, at least with this
cultivated
mushroom one, she's
mushrooms to
adding
quicken
stuff.
things.
But with the tomato soup, it was just tomato
Try
soup,
and
like,
you'll
on
never again
things.
make white
That's
sauce
not
the
normal.
slow way.
She's a white sauce supremacist.
This sauce is good on meat, vegetables, or poultry. Try it on fried chicken for something extra special.
And to guard against harmful
Why would you
UV
put
rays.
any
Chicken
sauce
soup
directly
for
on
sauce.
fried chicken that's not
Over
like
vegetables,
Nashville
it's a
hot
delicious
sauce or something? Who
economical
puts
treat
mushroom
to
sauce on
quench
fried
lagging
chicken?
appetite.
Caused by so much
For
soup.
cream of chicken sauce, add a third of a cup of milk to the soup.
Sure, Shoma. I like dipping my grilled cheese sandwiches in a bowl of tomato soup, yes, but this is getting ridiculous. It
Use
is.
half a cup
It's
of milk with
incredible.
cream of celery. This sauce
311 Dolphin Girl says, yeah, those pork chops
were
weren't
Hey,
great.
ham is doing just fine.
Who puts soup on ham? Who puts soup on meat? I just don't get it.
Women are using condensed soups more and more in recipes. They're so quick and economical and add so much flavor and color. For example,
Here's a cake I made with cream of body odor.
in meat milk. Use half a can of Campbell's tomato soup in your favorite meat milk for the rich flavor, color,
Why would
and
you do
moisture
that?
you are seeking.
Color's good in food, but not in our schools.
Like,
Heated and seasoned
when people
will
put
make a
ketchup in their
delicious
meatloaves or
pour-on
barbecue
to be
sauce, it's
served
because it's
with
not
sauce.
just tomato-y. There's like vinegar and there's like
Soup is just the
spices
thing
and
for a
stuff
rich,
where you can
full
add it,
flavored
but it's
spaghetti
not
sauce.
just plain
To
soup.
dilute a rich flavored spaghetti sauce.
Yes, this I'm sorry, I am Italian. This is a crime against
Haven't eaten
humanity.
in months.
Using tomato soup as your sugu, you should be put in jail. Like, how dare you?
Tomato cheese macaroni made with tomato soup is a
Oh my
new, quick and
goodness.
easy dish that's welcome
James
and
says, I would eat every
amply
single thing in this
satisfying
short.
at
Good
any
for
lunch or
you,
supper.
James. I mean, look, maybe my standards are too high, but putting tomato soup on pasta is where I draw the effing line.
I hide my brass knuckles in my hot pad holders.
For a tender, light souffle, use cream of chicken soup. Your souffle will hold up longer, too, and taste delicious.
She made her own paving
I don't know how that
stones.
even works. Like, I don't know exactly how to make a souffle. This one I can't judge. It just kind of confused me. I'm like, can you put soup in a baked good that's gonna, like,
Another
rise?
tempting baked dish made with chicken soup is chicken pie.
Oh my god, my sister
mean
Holly just
something
texted me, was
different
like,
back then?
some white people use
The
ketchup
extra
on their
rich chicken
pasta. I'm
flavor
gonna,
makes
like,
this a
die.
favorite with good cooks everywhere.
And you won't even need to chew it.
Cream of mushroom soup is another invaluable cooking ingredient.
Why would you tell me that?
Use it instead of the old-fashioned white sauce in the ever-popular casseroles. The flavor of tuna and mushroom is a made-for-each-other combination. Another quick treat with mushroom soup is mushroom muffins.
What?
Cream of mushroom soup as the liquid in
What?
quick breads like these.
Why does mommy cry and put cream of mushroom soup in everything?
I
don't know what
Oh
you
my
mean.
god, have you seen the
One way to
video
make an everyday dish taste
of a
better.
dude adding gelatin to SpaghettiOs and then
good,
slicing?
Come
No!
over
The
Watch me cream the magician
God.
with a cast iron skillet.
Jello,
This
salads and
cake
stuff.
was made with tomato soup.
Cake?
This was it! This is what the guy made!
Jello flavor. And retain moisture longer
What's funny is
when
he
you
said it
mix
was like a
fresh
good spice
tomato
cake.
soup instead of milk.
But this is ridiculous. But like, who would think of that? Is my question. Who invented it?
Soup salads are another quick, easy way to party delicacy.
Let's see. Souffle is simple to
Who
make.
says you
Interesting.
can't repurpose the dog's cack?
Casseroles are just a bunch of leftovers thrown together and everyone knows it.
Make a
Yes.
perfect everyday dish or party fare.
People are like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up,
What
putting
you
in the
saying
like the
anymore?
green emojis and stuff. I heard about this cake. Yeah, it is.
Mix barley
It's
and
weird,
pour it
man.
into a mold.
This is it. The Jello stuff, like you were just saying. Who said it? Was it Dolphin?
Or oven?
Yes, Dolphin
whatever.
Girl. It was the gelatin salads, savory gelatin salads. The guy also makes that. I think his name is Dylan Hollis. He makes old recipes like gelatin salads, like tuna salad jello. Look that up after. Tuna salad jello by like Dylan Hollis, I think is his name. It is it is ridiculous. But like they did it back then. Who did this?
Made with soup?
I don't recommend it.
Again, soup and salad dressing just feels like it'd be extra heavy.
Here, sit there until I'm done shaking this, you little...
Just mix oil, vinegar, seasonings, and tomato soup for an excellent French dressing.
That surrenders immediately.
Good on vegetable
Thank
or
you.
fruit salad. Adds spiciness and color. And the
Yeah,
flavor
it just
of
like
tomato blends with practically any other flavor.
Yep, Dolphin Girl. I was a Lutheran. I know Jello salads like that. I don't get
Just
that.
cry slightly less when
Like,
dining.
Who wants chunky stuff in it? But especially savory
People had to be
stuff.
told how lunch combinations work.
Ugh.
And still another is soup and dessert.
Even Gertrude Stein and
You
Alan
can eat
Speak
soup
Hopeless
in
enjoy
so
soup.
many different ways.
Delicious.
Soup for baby's first solid food
It's not a solid food then.
is the family favorite.
How was your day, dear?
The party dish, the heart of the meal.
Why do they live in a gray box?
And everyone likes soup. For soup helps to make every meal a delightful meal.
Lies,
Total lies.
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 Appetizing, delicious. Yes, good.
All false on the truth-o-meter. Oh, Bridget, don't look at the baby's cry.
Yeah,
It's
and this
weird.
weird
Don't look. Come
little
on, let's
thing,
go.
like.
No,
just,
wait, Mary Jo, I'm making some lunch.
What?
Here we are. Cream of
Yes, poor
shingle
kids.
soup.
Oh, thank you, Bridget.
Yes, the sodium intake.
Such a hearty and flavorful way to start our
Excuse me,
morning.
oh my gosh.
You're welcome, Mary Jo. Mary Jo, soup is more than soup. Soup is
Yes,
wonderful
Roland, the
for a
origin
quick
story of
snack or a
Earth
light
versus
meal,
soup.
or as a way to create
Bridget.
concrete, and you can put it
Yeah,
into a
This short
product.
really got to you, didn't it?
Soup martini.
Bye, everyone. Okay, put the soup down, Bridget.
Just sip
Let's
it.
just
Good.
just
Good soup.
breathe.
Soup.
There we go. Still better than People Soup. Yes, I agree. That one is like... That short is the weirdest effing thing. Didn't it either win an Oscar or get nominated? Hang on a minute. I'm gonna look that up now. I'm pretty sure People Soup, which is a very odd short they did for RiffTrax, for those of you who have not seen it. So if you look up People Soup on RiffTrax, it'll come up. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it either won an Oscar or was nominated for, like, Best Short. Yes, it was nominated because it was written and directed by Alan Arkin. With his sons in it, I believe. And it was nominated for an Oscar for Best Live Action Short Film. And it is the most pointless... It is one of the most pointless shorts I think they've ever done. Yeah, People Soup. It's a tough one. It's like the short itself is like weird as heck. Okay, so now we're to the prom. I know some people were asking for this one earlier. So the prom, it's a pleasure. This is one that I do not relate to at all because I not just for not going to prom, but I was also homeschooled, so I just have no idea about any of this. Old prom, modern prom, I had none of it. So let's see. Ooh, Roland said, I'm spoiled as far as soup goes. I used to work at a sandwich shop, and the owner's wife made delicious soup from scratch every week. Never had anything so good at any restaurant or store. I bet that's true. That homemade stuff, like homemade soup, absolutely fine. But putting Campbell's tomato soup on your pasta, it's like that should be considered war crime. Let's see. You Miss Nothing prom is totally bogus. Yeah, like, I'm just like... You know, I don't care. Faith, would you be my date to the prom? You know what? If we had a prom to go to, sure. No, in all honesty, just because, like, I've seen that before where actual, not that I'm on that level at all, but where, like, celebrities will be asked to kids' prom stuff. Dude, if someone was like, Faith, would you actually go to prom? I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I'll be your date to a prom. Might as well. Let's see. Yeah, getting a lot of I didn't go to my proms. Yeah, I just, like, I don't, you know, it's not a big deal to me. Regardless, again, homeschool groups sometimes had proms and stuff, and I'm like, I don't really care about any of these kids. Like, I never really clicked with any of the kids in the homeschool stuff we used to go to anyway, like, even really as friends at all. So I'm like, why the heck would I want to go to prom and hang out with these kids that I don't really know, you know, and who don't really know me? So we're gonna go ahead and start this one, I think. What are we at on time? 8 o'clock. Okay, no, we're doing good. Let's see. I enjoy dances in college, but not high school so much, which makes sense, because it's high school. High school, honey, you're still a baby. Like, you don't know who you are. You know, like, just from personal experience, like, I can tell when I really started growing was, like, 23. And then since then, I've grown so much in just the last few years. Like, I'm going to be 27, you know? And it's just been the last few years of my life where I felt coming into myself as an adult, like, fully. So yeah, like 17, 18, you don't know what's going on. Ooh, 311 Dolphin Girl says, best part of prom was going bowling in our dresses afterwards. I've always thought that was kind of cool that there were some people that, like, did fun things in their prom get-up afterward. Like, we're gonna, you know, go see a movie, we're gonna go hang out, we're gonna go to bowling, we're gonna go to, like, an amusement park, do crazy stuff in the prom outfits. That sounds like fun and cool, because you're just hanging out with your close friends at that point. You're not, like, at this big dance with all this stuff going on, so, you know... Yeah, I don't get it, man. And we will start this one and see what the prom was like back in whatever year this was. Ooh, jam handy.
Focus.
Keep your preserves in a
Focus, Mary
convenient
Jo.
place.
Focus.
Oh yes, this is Coke, I believe,
Man,
sponsored
we
this
have to read
one.
the whole movie?
Oh. It's springtime for Hitler and Germany.
Turn, kick, turn, kick, turn.
Nice.
Yeah, this one has an odd opening, because I think it's like a beauty pageant, right? Something like that.
Oh, what darling toilet paper cozies.
Yeah, see, like, go laser tagging in your prom dresses. Yeah, like, fun
Gracious
stuff.
Mobile, Alabama opens its homes
My
and
glasses are
hearts
dirty.
and extends its traditional hospitality to young ladies from every state in the Union
Don't make that
who
sound,
hope to
glasses.
achieve the
Don't want you
inspiring
breaking
title
on the street.
America's Junior Miss.
But not Canada's. They have to get their own.
There we go, I think.
You're so lifelike.
Yes, the infant
Just
excited to
another
see
beauty
this one.
contest.
No thanks, I'm full.
Oh, there's Missouri.
All
Represent
contestants are
Missouri.
judged
Woo.
for character, citizenship, high school activities, personal ambitions, poise and demeanor, essential elements in the grooming of all young ladies.
We gave up on all our young men, so we're focusing our efforts here.
Education is the reward. And the 5 finalists
I would
I'm
never
just
have the
curious,
patience
what
to
is
do
the
hair
upper
like
age
that.
cutoff for the junior Miss?
I'm shorter.
You're gonna wake up with a horse head in your bed tomorrow, you little.
Put your lipstick on there. We present you with this candy dish.
I don't know if I ever noticed
And I
that Missouri
serve you with
won.
this subpoena.
Wow, I don't know if I ever
And
noticed
here's
that
a
watching
blanket.
this before. That's awesome. Kansas City, Missouri side, best side.
America's
Nothing is in
senior
Kansas.
miss.
So nice to be here. Thank you.
Yes, these are not prom dresses, they were wedding
I
gowns.
declare martial law because I personally believe
is
that
symbolic of
children
the
are the
nation's
future
ideal high
of
school
giving back to
senior
the
year.
community. Because
Oh yes, Jackie, you're
the
from Alaska,
environment.
right? Yeah, I don't
Thank
think
you.
my state was a state when this was made. That could be true.
Oh, I was wondering where this was going.
Oh, yay.
Oh, I don't think so.
It all starts with knowing whether you're going or not, and with whom.
I'm out.
It helps if the
Yep.
boy is early with the invitation. That way the girl
Greetings
feels
from
she's his
Texas.
first
Thank you,
choice.
It
Andrea.
helps if the boy
And
exists.
naturally, it's only fair that the girl accept or reject.
That's the
as
thing,
soon as
Roland. I don't
possible.
think
I
that was a prom. I think that was like
It's
some kind of beauty
customary for the
pageant,
boy
and
to
now
give
we're
the
getting into the
invitation
prom.
in
I don't know
person
why they do that
or
first.
by telephone.
Sorry,
See?
gonna adjust a
Like
little.
I said.
Hello?
Yes, I'll go.
Oh, hi, Dick. How are you?
And that's the thing,
Well, I
guys.
matched my
Like,
couch.
even if I'd gone to high school, like, as if I would have gotten a date.
Yeah, but we pulled through all right.
Wow, the sexual innuendo.
The championship.
Well, I sure hope so. Say, Mary, as you know, the prom's the 24th.
Do you think Cindy would go with me?
It'd be a lot of fun. Would you like to go with me?
Dick, it sounds great. I'd love to.
And Jack said
Might be
his
nice
folks are
if
fixing a midnight supper for
my
us.
sorry, I'm texting my sister. It'd be nice if
That'll be fun.
Where's
Autocorrect
some Vincent
actually
Wells
helps.
D'Onofrio?
You all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
I'm sure it will be. But why don't you let me check with Mother tonight?
She's dying to go to prom,
How about if I
too.
pick you up at 7:30?
That's fine.
Go.
Good. See you then.
Goodbye, Dick, and thanks for
Oh,
calling.
Punchy Bear also in Texas. That's
that was
awesome.
Dick, and he just asked me to prom.
Just little things. A few thoughts.
I'm a typo factored. I know, right? Typos, man.
Of this very special evening.
Oh, thank you, Roland. Don't be so hard on yourself,
Make sure
babe.
No, he
invitation early.
That's the thing. I just like,
When's the thing gonna run?
to be honest, it's like,
2 months.
you know,
Uh,
I've
may I
always been
help you?
overweight.
Little
I've always
anxious
been, you know, kept to myself when I was a kid. I'm a lot more outgoing now.
Your sister
But it's like,
again.
that, you know,
God.
dude, I can't get a date
Ask your
now.
mother. She said it was all right. It's okay with you. I've got no objection, as long as you take care of it. I treat it as if it were my very own.
It's supposed to be like a
That's not a
go-kart,
good
I
thing.
guess.
Look at that thing.
The girl thinks ahead, too. With all the excitement and enthusiasm.
Yes, Roland. If we'd been in
that
high
having a
school
prom
together,
can
could have just
bring.
skipped prom and watched
I thought
Mystery
we were
Science
wedding
at
dress to
home.
prom.
Second look
Yep.
at home,
That's
and
what
the
I.
dream of a
People are
big
like,
evening
"Oh
is
man,
well
for
on its
first
way."
dates,
Much
you gotta go
better
out and do
than
something
dream
big."
of
I'm like,
becoming a
dude,
doctor
let's
or a
like
scientist.
order
That's all the
Chinese
details.
and watch
Used to be.
RiffTrax.
The
You
last
know,
scene.
like that's we don't need anything
Let me
fancy.
put down my
And
Coca-Cola.
Just perfect. It's a delicate pale yellow with tiny daisies scattered on the skirt and across the top.
Ooh,
it's
the infant
very
skip
neat.
prom
Are
went
you
to a
drinking
Broadway show
Coca-Cola?
instead. That's
I can hardly
cool.
wait to see it.
That sounds way more fun,
And
honestly.
girls aren't the only ones who are concerned about clothes by this occasion.
Everybody talks.
All I have is a black one. What do you think?
Ouch.
Sounds okay.
This tone of sepia is like really weird. It's like it went through
Maybe
some
I
weird
Get
pink
off.
filter.
Oh, they're shooting a scene.
Right. All the way. See ya.
It's so nice
Oh, hey,
that
EA
they
Gorman.
have prom
My high school didn't have a
mentors.
prom, and for that I'm eternally grateful. Yeah.
To be sure that the flowers he sends are a perfect match for his date's dress.
And he sends her a giant corpse flower.
Has Mary talked to you about the dress she's wearing to the prom?
She sure has, and wait till you see it. It's beautiful.
Hopefully she can squeeze into it.
I have to make sure
Aw.
I have the right corsage.
And that I'm not wearing the same thing.
It has then Dick.
Ah,
tells it
just
all
like
to
yeah,
the
everyone's
boy.
like it's just
And
the
it
film
takes
aging
hours.
and degrading.
A pale yellow taffeta. With lots
Yeah,
of
because it's such
daisies
an
scattered all over
odd
it. Oh,
shade,
and the
you know, of
bodice is covered with
sepia.
daisies too. And to top it off, strapless.
And that's what I'm wearing.
One dress. Could be mighty pretty though. I guess so. But what kind of corsage do you get for a dress
Corsage.
that's covered with daisies? Well, there's one thing for sure. We don't put any flowers on the dress. I guess you'd look like a garden.
Well, that only leaves us two other ways to
I mean,
go.
you could probably have a
Town or
flower
go with someone else.
dress with a
Corsage
flower
or no
corsage
cap?
that matches,
What's
I
that?
guess, right?
Come on, I'll show you.
Now get in there and don't come out till I tell you.
Like, it's like, oh, she has daisies on her dress, then could she wear, like, a daisy
What boy's
corsage?
ever been
Like,
disappointed
I
in
don't
a
know.
colored clash?
When his date shows up
Corsage.
in a strapless gown. By taking care of all the little details in advance, he
Details.
can look forward to the evening with confidence.
Or
Confidence.
resentment.
That dress is the wrong
You like it?
You're a lovely young lady.
Oh, thanks, Daddy.
Ugh.
Oh, the glamour and excitement of a new formal.
It was just, it's not even that she kissed her dad, it's just the kiss was
I'm gonna
very,
wear the dress.
Little things.
Yes.
it was just
They do
very
make a big
tender. It was odd. That was weird.
The girls
And it wasn't a
were
real
sent off
hug.
on
That
this
wasn't like a
by being
parental
ready on
hug.
time.
And putting out.
Maybe
The
I
boy
just have
arrives on time
better
so the
parents.
girl's dress doesn't go limp while she sits around waiting.
Not so for
He
Dick.
takes a few
What?
minutes of small talk to give her parents a chance to size up the fellow who's taking their daughter.
Dun 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 dun. Oh, hi, Dick.
And naturally, she
That's-
shows
yeah,
up before
that's-
he runs out of conversation.
That's something I've
for
always
10
considered
seconds.
is like, if I ever did get married even, like, I couldn't be in a dress that was too big, because then you can't move.
Lovely, dear.
Like, to a prom, to a wedding, wearing a dress that's that huge, like a princessy dress.
Want to be late,
Yeah.
Hey.
It's
He's
like,
from
are you
the
going to be
deep
able to
south.
move in it?
Hey.
Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Dick, have a nice
Oh,
day.
geez, this is longer than a Minnesota goodbye.
Here, take some hot dish.
Is that coat warm enough?
You kids know how to get to the freeway.
Here, take an umbrella.
Bye.
Those cars were
Buffalo
huge back
keeps
then,
party
man.
Shoes and a formal dress from having to hike through
Could
the
take on a
parking lot.
tank.
Just goes in and leaves them right there anyway.
See ya.
The prom. It's
Prom.
a pleasure.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, Mary Jo, didn't you go to
Oh,
prom?
no, I tried to tell myself it wasn't a big deal, but our high school was really into prom culture.
Tom
I wouldn't have wanted to, but it was just another way I didn't fit
and all
in.
their other friends. They're here to have a big time.
Did you want to ask me
It's a sure thing
if
for
I went to
everyone
prom?
When the fun of the evening is shared by all.
Oh,
How do you do?
did you?
Oh my
go
gosh,
prom?
Roland, yes,
Yeah,
is
I
that
went
a
with my
reference to
boyfriend
that,
Bob
the
Murray,
JonTron video about the
Me up in- I
Barbie
wore a pink taffet. I
game?
got it in
Hey
from the
Barbie,
Penny's
you wanna go
Cat,
to
but
prom?
my
Like
dad
the
mixed
noise
cocktail
was just like all the
afterwards.
buzzing
We
and
should
stuff.
probably get back to the movie, Bridget.
Chaperone.
Well, I will see you later in Shoma. Have a good night. Thank you. I hope you do enjoy the rest of the stream when you get around to it.
It was kind of like her dress, only it had
dances
like a
within
pleat.
their own group. The boy fills out the girls' dance program. Of course, he takes the first and last dance, and also writes in 4 others,
Prom cards.
leaving one dance
Who would
each
do
for
this?
Jack,
Wouldn't you just be like, hey, we're all friends, we all want to dance together? Sure, who wants to dance
Really,
first?
Ed?
Like, you don't
That surprises me.
you don't need
keeping
to
dances
be
straight.
doing that, you
and also
know?
gives the couples a chance to dance with each other.
But with D-Day level logistics to coordinate, they never get around to it.
Dance floor etiquette calls for certain considerations that add to the evening.
I
and
love that
make more
video,
fun
man.
for
Roland, you
everyone.
said it was that JonTron video. That video is so good.
The girl precedes the boy to the dance floor.
Okay.
The boy goes first when there's such a crowd that he needs to open the way.
In the
Yeah,
event
dance
of
cards.
mosh
I'm
pit,
like,
the boy pushes the
If you're,
girl
if
from
like,
the
hey,
back
our group
by
of
the
friends
hip
wants to dance,
into
well,
the
let's
middle of the
schedule
crowd.
it. No, just go
Or
and be like, hey, yo,
the
you
girl
want to
will
dance this
punch into
time?
the boy's waist as he throws punches.
I don't get it, man.
Mosh pit etiquette calls for certain considerations that mean more fun for everyone.
Look at those decorations. It's like just the balloons on the ceiling.
However, with this social group, if Ed or Lee should fall,
Like, you could have had
it
this
would be
dance
acceptable
anywhere.
For Linda, June,
Like, that
or
girl's
Robin
dress
to help
right in
into
front
the
is nice because she has like a kind of a
No
poofy
one
skirt,
should
but it's
crowd
short, so
surf
she
when
can
there is
move.
no music.
It's like down to her knees only, so she can move around. But when you have one that's down to like your feet, how are you supposed to move in that?
Oh, Dick, I just love Slayer.
When the dance ends,
They really did have those dance cards books. Teacher Jan's favorites, hi by the way, said when my older brother went to his prom in 1961, the girls did have those dance
Lee
cards.
escorts Judy off the
What?
dance floor so that she's not
Weird.
stranded.
And into room 104 of the Days Inn.
Our friends.
Oh my God. We're dancing.
Another dance begins, and Tom's ready to claim a program partner.
To claim
Bama,
them.
bama, 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 bama. Bama.
But if they had the dance cards,
For a non-program dance, he has a special way.
look at
of
those
asking.
ruffles.
May I have this crunk?
Thank you.
Can I have the next dance, please?
I'd love to. Smooth, isn't he? Embarrass her by asking if this dance is taken.
But the thing is, like, I would much rather someone walk up to me and be like, "Hey, can I have this dance?"
That so much as
than being like, "Here, we must schedule it."
like that.
I don't understand
Just
that.
freelancing?
I guess.
Okay, so what's going on here?
I don't know. I don't have the guidebook.
Not a Mr. B references in the chat. Needing the trumpet in the back.
Okay, Bridget, I really wasn't paying attention. I'm lost. Why is Lee dancing with June?
I'm not sure. It's like some sort of special teams.
Well, then why did they fill out the dance card if you can just cut in and dance
Right.
with whoever you
No,
want,
I know,
whenever
and then
you want?
Jack just picks up the freelancer with no authorization whatsoever. I don't...
Because he should have filled out the paperwork for
Yes!
that. The dance card is a big lie.
Right? It doesn't
Not having
matter.
fun.
It was
Chelsea, you're in the shot. Chelsea.
Anyone for intermission? Everyone, of course.
Her stand-up sucks.
No.
I feel like I also wouldn't be able to wear gloves. A lot of the girls have gloves on. I think my hands, I would just be like, no, I need my full range of movement and
This whole
like
night
feeling, you
is an
know?
elaborate setup to be considerate.
They're really harping on that. I think it's inconsiderate not to serve deviled eggs. Here, short old people.
Yes, Ryan, that's the thing my sisters and I love about the Bridget and Mary Jo ones, is that they sound like a pair of friends watching this for fun. That's what's really nice, is that it sounds very natural and like they're just sitting down with you and hanging out. And I think that's really fun. I think that's a cool, and it makes it a little bit different than
There's
the
no way there are any
Mike,
cool
Kevin, and Bill
seniors
ones
still at this thing.
that are clearly like, you know, I mean, it's always scripted, but like just a little bit more.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, like Stuffy Wolf says, the chemistry between them is great. It's true. It's like you can tell they're real friends
hoping she'll opt for the back
having
of
a
his
good back
Impala
and forth.
for
It's kind of like when my
consideration
sisters
to
and
go
I
right
watch
on.
stuff. So that's why we like watching them so much. I think
Wow,
it kind
look
of
at
gives it
this
that
guy.
nice
He's just doing whatever he
repartee
wants.
that they
Oh my
have.
God, get him out of here! Unauthorized fun! He's ashamed.
That's what they're doing. Oh my gosh.
Fun.
They're dancing very slow for such
Please
like a
buckle up.
bopping song.
Whoa.
But even though Linda just might have been at fault, the boy takes the blame,
As it should be. Boo.
and the dancing goes on.
Not like the great dance floor collision of 1952. 4 dead, 17 injured, 3 pregnancies.
Thank you, Invisible Band.
This is it. The last dance.
Good.
The one the girl saves for her favorite fellow. Linda for Jack.
I'm
Her
late.
favorite fellow. Ow. Does she just have they have the dance cards just hanging off their
really
wrists?
late?
Is that what they're really doing? I guess they don't have
I'm
pockets.
really late.
But like again, why do you need the dance cards? You don't need this little accessory of a
Please
dance
stop
card.
talking about Bay of Pigs. I got something really important to tell you.
Yeah, it's like I would never be able to keep track of those, man.
Kept track of who's dancing with whom.
Like hell it has.
More than that, it's a souvenir of the prom, with autographs running off the margin.
Would you just have pictures and stuff? You don't need like an actual
that special young man.
like
She is
souvenir.
so breaking up with him.
Mm-hmm.
So at my prom, when I got in the car, Bob Ferrari, he slammed the door and I got like this grease stain on my dress. And I'm telling you, Mary Jo, I think about it to this day.
In other words, you got to go to prom.
Now it's
Yes,
time
people
to
just
say goodbye
bobbing
to the
left to
chaperone.
right.
Can't wait to get to the real party.
Dickie,
Oops,
keep
sorry.
it in your pants.
I puked a little by the coat room.
Good night, goodbye, good night. Stop with the gentility.
That's consideration, Bridget.
I'm all for Northern aggression.
But prom night isn't over. Whether it's a snack on the way home or a more formal
God,
buffet,
Dick, slow down.
in the same way, with graciousness, consideration, and fun.
Okay, but Mary Jo, my
Like,
prom
that girl has
continues
like a
with my
freaking
date making out
fur
the laundry
on.
room
Like
with a girl named
anytime I
Stacey.
hear stuff about
So you got to go
furs,
to prom.
like when we watch like I Love Lucy and stuff, I'm like, why would you spend so much effing money
For couples
on a
like
coat? Like I
someone
never
else's
understand
home,
furs.
It's important to remember that hosts should be appreciated, not taken for granted.
So don't pee in the sink.
How are you?
Fine.
Just
My
the
God,
general
is there
back
no
and
end to
forth.
their salutations? Bye, goodbye, good,
And
bad.
the genuine hospitality of Mr. and Mrs. Nelson puts the
Oh, the
final
Nelsons.
touch on a perfect evening.
Do you have any Mr. Pibb?
I literally can't tell what any of that food is. I only see the Cokes. I can't tell what that is.
Okay.
Considerate escorts make sure their dates don't have to remind them that it's time
Yep,
to
more
go.
Coke.
Can we please leave?
It's like black and white and sepia food, man. It just, you
only
can't
been
even
8
tell what it is
hours.
sometimes.
Thank you very much. Have your mother call me tomorrow morning.
I want to ask her about her maid that baked her that poopy pie.
Hurry back. Bye-bye. Night. Night.
God, I thought they'd never leave.
Prom was great.
It sure was. I had a wonderful
Prom was very,
time.
sure was. Very what?
I think it was because of you.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
I'm going to be really busy with Junior Miss stuff because I'm America's Junior Miss and I'll be Junior Missing all over the place and, you know, not being able to do anything but Junior Miss, so, sorry.
Cokes being like, here's how to do prom. What?
Well, people, stay tuned for Captain Morgan's take on the prom.
61.
So, Mary Jo,
Man.
Yes.
we kind of broke up after prom.
Yay! Man, prom and dances and stuff. I'm like, having dances and stuff at like weddings and things like that, I guess makes sense. But I'm like, or again, like college dances and stuff were mentioned at one point. Like, sure, when you're a little bit older and there's less angst and stuff like that. Okay, now we're moving to ones that are a little bit longer and a little bit more of a story attached to it. With Marriage is a Partnership. This is a really, really, really good one. Because it just, yikes. It's very yikes at moments. So this is one just all about marriage. So yeah, someone says this one's depressing, Dolphin Girl said. So we have that one, but then, so we have that one, then we have a fun one, after that about senior citizens. So we got some good stuff coming up here. Let's see. Yep. So just making sure we're all good. Yes, Jackie, theater people. Well, it's not David and Hazel, is it? This might be young David and Hazel. Ryan, Marriage. Why don't they look? Yes, it's, yep. Let's see. So this one has a story about this newlywed couple. And it's just... It just gets kind of like... at first, you're just like, aw, and then it gets to, like, yikes territory. It's time for RiffTrax. Oh, hey, Amy, what's up?
Makers of fine short films and paper plates.
I bet
Glad
the
to
guys
see
never
very
came up
much.
with that one.
Take that.
Yeah, so don't go thinking it's about love and fun.
Limo Rockwood, man or woman?
It's a dairy spread. Amphibian? Exotic flower?
Yes, the prologue no one asked for David and
slow-moving
Hazel.
8,000-ton piece of machinery used for transporting cargo.
Yes, Amy,
That's a
that
marriage
mushroom
metaphor
pie sounds
for
really
sure.
good.
And Farley Granger sits next to her.
No, can't turn back.
You just did.
A lot of courage to get on this train.
Oh, she must have siderodrome phobia.
Now on, I wonder. A lot has happened in the last year.
I got on a train and took off my cap.
Marriage. Gee, we got a good start.
The skipper was there and everything.
A wonderful honeymoon. We were so fortunate. Our housing problem was taken
Yep,
care
Girl
of.
Lovers
We lived in
Lane.
our car.
Trains are
Mother owned a
blameless. Holy
two-family
creatures, I
house.
love all the train riffs we're getting.
We lived upstairs, and we were going to live downstairs.
Uh-oh.
Pete had a good job.
Wearing hats.
Worked in the same plant as my dad. But Dad didn't.
Yes,
need the
Mr. T-Bone
business
SF.
though.
It would be fun to
We
think
met
these
at the
shorts are the
church.
same
I was
cinematic
a level
universe of
7.
people.
He was an operating.
And that this is what happens
I still
after the
haven't
home
forgiven
economics
Daddy for not
story.
telling me about
Might as
Pete.
well
I
be.
guess he was saving him for himself.
In our 2 years of courting and engagement, we had come to know a lot about
If
each
someone,
other.
Like how Pete
if there's
lacked
one
upper
thing
body
I've learned
strength.
in my life, especially in the last couple of years,
Stood the test
just from
in
stuff that my sister has told me,
2 years'
because she's
time,
into this,
anyway.
like,
Well, the only furniture is a
Like-
giant bed.
my sister Holly will find a lot of stuff that's just really interesting online. It just has a lot of weird information. And she goes like, if anyone calls it courting and not dating, do not date them. Like, don't go out. It's just weird.
Pete's mom shared our bunk beds with us.
Well, we had to unpack.
Ooh, Amy, thank you for giving me what cookbook that's in. I'm actually gonna take a screenshot of that.
From Wisconsin.
Because I love mushrooms. So I might have to look into
Well,
that.
I broke in the toilet.
Daddy.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, he says it like she just
Madam,
appeared.
Here is thy royal throne.
Theater people.
Royal splendor, while I.
Yeah, nice pro tip. It's like when they're like, oh, courting.
Theater
It's,
people.
you know, it's almost like, you know, you go on one date with them, they're like, okay, we're getting married or what? And I'm like,
Let's
no,
discuss Edward Albee
like,
Place.
can we get to know each other first?
Tis creamed and sugared exactly to my taste. Thou shalt be my royal brewmaster for evening coffee from this day forward.
Yeah, why is he talking that way? I'm not sure.
Have and to hold.
Coffee? I like
We're going to be so
coffee.
happy together.
Let's just settle for non-murderous together.
Yeah, them and their weird little acting
Let's
voices.
work on our 1,000-piece puzzle.
You're
of
gonna knock
Russia.
over those cups.
I feel so
I
comfortable.
don't know if I've ever
Just
put a
what
cup
every
near my
man
foot
wants
and
to
then not
hear.
knocked it over.
Feel like I can take my shoes off.
Oh.
I'll always love you, Daddy.
Well, take those shoes off and
Ooh.
work your way up.
Thank you, Amy. Amy's telling me how to
Time
make
would
that
stand still.
pie and like fiddle with
We
the
could
herbs and
always
seasonings
keep
and
what
stuff.
we
I'm gonna have to do that. That sounds really good.
It's time
I'm
to
also
come
just
up
really
with a new
hungry.
transportation metaphor for a love life, like a tugboat or roller skate.
Danger Jurassic the Third, nice to see you, by the way. I'm a
to
theater
love together.
person, and even this is too
Learn to
theatery
adjust
for me.
different sexual responses.
We had sexual responses then?
Stand still. And marriage is far more than loving together and enjoying companionship.
Yeah, this is one of those weird marriage
It's
shorts that
making
actually does
decisions
mention
together.
sexualness a little bit,
And we
and it's
had to
weird.
learn to plan as partners.
I like
sex
coffee
once a
once a
month.
day.
Monday morning, I was so proud of my man going out to earn a living for us. And
My
Pete was so
man.
proud of me, cooking our first
That is a
married
blouse,
meal.
man.
Toast count as cooking.
Suddenly, it was time for Pete to go to work.
And he never came back.
He said he didn't want to go, but he was a responsible married man now. Well, when you marry, you have to adjust to many changes.
Like divorce.
And well, we had decided I should quit my job when we married. Maybe I should say quit my paycheck. I still had a job.
Having sex with Pete.
But the thing is,
Sometimes
it's
I
like,
regretted that decision.
that's the
to quit
thing.
my
Did you
job.
really think about it? Like,
eating.
I'm talking to both
I
of them,
missed
really,
those
like,
paychecks.
do you need that paycheck for the two of you to
staying home was
survive?
hard.
Like, not more than survive, but like
It was an
thrive
adjustment
healthily in
I
this
had to work
marriage.
Stay.
Because the thing
Stay
is, they don't have any kids. It's just the two of them. So I'm like,
read the
she could work
second
during
sex.
the day too. Like, if they need the money. If
But
not,
there were
if he makes enough, that's
satisfactions in
great.
being a
If she wants to
married
just be a
pair.
housewife,
I got to
absolutely
open
fine.
envelopes.
But if they're going to be
Partnership and handling
struggling, then they should have not
Budget
done
over
that.
Money can be a real problem in marriage. But we decided together how Pete's salary would be spent. Maybe we didn't always agree, but we decided together.
Okay, I won't eat this week.
So
That's the
our
thing.
joint
Like, if
decisions
like even
on
she
this
could have even
and
kept a
other
part-time
problems
or
of home
smaller
management
job
helped
somewhere.
in
You
my
know.
adjustments from a working girl to a non-employed.
She was a
life.
working girl?
What?
Aided
Why?
by little bits of fun and thoughtfulness, the partnership flourished.
Ugh, why'd you put your gum in my mouth?
Another
But he licked
thing,
the envelope,
Pete's
but only kissed her on the
contributions
lips.
to
It wasn't
my
like a
sense of
deep kiss. It wouldn't have
I opened a
tasted
can of
like
frosting.
envelope, I don't
Learn
think.
about cooking and keeping house. And sometimes those things can seem unimportant and
No, same to you, buddy.
A wife does appreciate her husband's appreciation. And, of course, that works both ways.
I gotta start making desserts
I
for
tried to
like
learn
Christmas
about
stuff. Start
Pete's
practicing
job.
some recipes and stuff.
Sometimes I shared his enthusiasms. And there were times when I had to help absorb his frustrations.
Wow.
What?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Partnership. Of course, our marriage had its ups and downs.
Like when I heard about Pete's secret other family.
We had worked
Would
out
be a
pretty good
down.
adjustments on affections and our sex
I
life.
wonder if she watched the
and our
cooking
money
terms and
matters.
what they mean short.
Adjusting to each other, adjusting to our marriage, sort of showed us how
Marriage.
to face these problems.
Hey, lady, keep
But
your
on
thinking
another
down.
potential source of trouble, in-laws,
Oh boy.
Oh, wow, is that your
Here it
psycho
goes.
sound?
That's my psycho music.
Really, really good.
I thought
You're
of
welcome.
all those mother-in-law jokes. Still, they couldn't
Excuse me.
apply to nice people like us.
What?
But there were things like I was planning my first bridge luncheon.
I know people like you.
Yeah, Stuffy Wolf says, compared to David and Hazel, this is paradise. Yeah, at least they're talking to each
about
other,
Marilyn
honestly.
Monroe?
Mother plays a good game of bridge.
Mother plays a good game
Hate
of
her.
bridge.
Maybe she wouldn't enjoy playing with a bunch of giddy girls.
Oh, honey, she'd love it. She likes young people.
She needs their blood to sustain her undead body.
Of course, I asked her. She insisted on bringing a fancy cake.
Since you don't know how to bake. Oh, is
His
that
mom
what you're
seems
wearing?
pretty
Well, I
old.
see you didn't have time to clean.
Because she's like
That's all right.
completely gray and looks a lot more grandmotherly than motherly. Like my mom is pretty gray too, but
Pete
like
said he was glad I had asked
she's
her.
not even 50. Like so it's
Stop
like,
talking.
you know,
Upstairs that something was going
it's
on.
interesting.
Well, I can see we're not using the nice table. That's fine.
Have I ever thought of doing
Do.
reviews of Film Crew or Cinematic Titanic?
I feel
A little bit. I don't
As
really
if we were
like them
living
very
in a
much.
huge
Film Crew is
goldfish
tough. You could
bowl.
tell they were
Someone
trying to
just
get their
flushed
footing.
me down the toilet
In
right
Cinematic
now.
Titanic, I've just
Explain it
never
to
liked
Pete.
as much as the other things. Doesn't mean I'm completely opposed to it.
Oh, it wasn't all
I just haven't
bad.
done it yet. I'll need to look up some
Pete's
good
mother and I
copy
had
or
good
like buy
times
some good
together.
copies of them to
Shoplifting.
use for
Shopping, for
videos, but we'll
instance.
see.
I could learn a lot from her. Her experience in getting
All women
bargains,
look kind of
just
50-ish in the
accepted
40s and
it.
50s.
Right
because
into the
that's
price.
true.
Dislikes. But
Granted,
well,
I do have pretty
one
young-looking
afternoon,
parents
Pete
anyway,
stopped in
but I'm like, if I'm
upstairs.
Oh, no.
almost
Deliver a
27,
package his mother had asked
Deliver
him
a package?
they're like, let's say
It
late
turned into
20s.
a
I'm like, his
habit.
mom looks really old.
to drop into his mother's on his way from work 2 or 3 times a week.
Pete's own mom has got it going on.
I didn't mind so much supper being late.
That's the thing.
noise.
If he is going
So-
to visit his mom every night, like, okay,
My
that's
mother
one
says
thing.
hi.
But like, because
It
they live in the
seemed
same
on those
house and he wants to
nights,
see his mom,
we
fine.
always got
But
it
if it's
down.
making
What the
dinner
hell?
late,
Sooner or
he needs to be
later.
more
Little
considerate
kitty?
about like
Sorry.
his wife and what's going on in their lives.
I tried to tell Pete how I felt.
It's just
Ooh,
that
I would
he-
recommend the
well,
live
he-
shows for Cinematic
he-
Titanic because they're better
He'd
than the
just
studio
get
releases.
sore and make
Okay,
some crack
I'll
about
have to
my
look at those and look
family.
them up on
Capulets.
on the
My
tubes of
family was
you.
pretty wonderful. Why, Dad and I were real pals. We talked things over. About Pete's mother, I mean.
She's a bee, all right.
Dad. So could Mom.
Oh,
That's one of the
biggest thing
things
ever.
for
Had some
me.
good
Anytime I've
chats
seen
together
stuff
on
about marriage and
Saturday
everything, I'm
afternoons.
like, you really do have to
Pete would
consider
play
how much
ball.
the in-laws and
Mom
family will
was
be
his
involved
caddy.
and how much you actually like them.
It was a joy to
You
see
know?
the way Mom and Dad understood
Like,
each other.
I think overall I have a pretty good
Anticipated each
family you'd
other's
be
needs.
marrying
Like her
into.
need for a decorative pillow.
But like,
without
there's
a
some
word
people that I've
being
known
spoken.
who I don't think
They
are
have
involved,
really
have ever
grown
seen my
together
channel at all,
in marriage.
that we used to go to
Why
church with.
couldn't we?
And I honestly
Because
feel so bad for all their
unsexy.
spouses because I cannot
In more ways
imagine
than one,
having those kids'
it was a
parents as
long
my in-laws.
Sure.
Their mom,
cold,
I could not do it. I'd be like, honey, I love
I
you, but I
guess
can't
Pete
marry
had
you
a
because
cold
I
heart.
can't have
You're
your mom in my
Bringing out
life.
other adjustments together.
So it's like, you really do need to think about those
Little
things, I
things.
feel.
My serving liver and learning to enjoy it because Pete liked it so much.
Guess whose liver it is?
Film crew,
things.
watch along Killers from Space, says
Pete
Peter
realizing
Graves.
Their wife still
Alright.
likes to go out once in a while. And remembering the anniversary
Cinematic
of
Titanic
our
Live is
engagement.
genius. I'll have to look
With
those up.
tickets to a special show he knew I'd been wanting to see.
Gone Girl on Ice.
Married life isn't all Hollywood moonbeams and honeysuckle, but it can be mighty satisfying at times.
Yeah, liver in a movie. Sounds fun.
Came spring, and my first spring house cleaning. And, well, it was Pete's mother.
Oh,
It wasn't
was
she
surprised to see you up
criticized me,
this early.
or even told me how to do things.
I just feel like,
But somehow,
I don't know, I
whatever
just feel
did,
like if she's
she did
already
too,
cleaning, let her just
but in a
clean,
different
man.
way. And it seemed to me she always thought her way was better.
You know, I try to use
She's being much
seawater,
more
you know,
efficient
and-
because
well, I also try
she's
to
using
make
like a
Pete happy,
scrubber
but, you know, your
thing.
way's good too.
I feel like that's just smarter.
But I felt so awkward and inferior and mad.
Oh, done already? Okay.
That evening,
I burned the
after
place
supper,
to the ground.
the time seemed ripe to talk to Pete about us. But
Okay, here it
suddenly-
is. Oh my gosh, here's where it goes off the rails.
Yeah.
I got a surprise in today's mail.
A Domino's magnet.
An offer of another job. Wonderful job. But way over in Central City.
Central City.
Goodness.
Let's
Mary
talk it
Jo.
over. It's time we get away.
That's a tiny tie.
Do something really decisive about the influence of your parents on our marriage.
How about something
Which we have not seen at all in this short. It's all been his mom.
Before you get mad. It's time we... Well, we've got to talk this thing out. You don't know what it's like working in the same plant as your wife's father.
What do you think he does, MJ?
He's in a plant.
Pete,
So I'm not
done
sure.
so much for you.
Oh, sure he has, dear. I know. Your dad's been swell.
But he eats off my lunch tray.
Try to understand me.
Yes, I hate Pete. I'm so triggered right now.
He's a daddy's man.
Yeah, why is he acting so
Creepiest son
cagey?
ever. Pete,
It would be different if we'd seen
Just
the
do
influence of both sets of
There must be
parents. Like maybe her
reasons.
parents were overstepping,
Really?
but that does not happen. We
Maybe
don't
not
see
so
that at
very
all.
important to you.
tell me, Pete.
Things
No,
like...
gross.
Well, when I got that promotion in December, you said how grand it was of your dad to help. I mean...
Yes!
I mean, of course,
It
and
was!
One more time I get caught up in the drama.
I know.
So his mom
Yep.
crashes her parties,
Yep.
bosses her around, and
help me with the other
that's
fellas.
okay.
Yep.
But her
you
dad
appreciated
gets
your
him a
dad's
promotion,
efforts.
and so he wants to move. Do I
Yep.
have that right?
You have got that
I want
right,
you to appreciate
Bridget.
mine.
It's
And now
ridiculous.
She has to be brought to heel, apparently.
Apparently.
Roland says he's talking like a cult leader trying to guilt trip one of the followers. It's true.
Well, you're low
And or
IQ,
like
Dottie.
one of the things my
Your
sister
folks
Holly does a lot of
over their
research on,
houses home
honestly,
and
is the
compare that with your
MLM,
folks.
like multi-level marketing
Okay,
schemes
Pete,
and
let's
stuff.
not go for the kills
It's the
here.
same thing.
He's belaboring.
That's exactly how they talk.
Think of it, Pete. I suppose part of me never really did get married.
Yeah, guess which part?
How could I really build our marriage with part of me wanting them to approve everything I did?
And part of me wearing bike shorts to bed.
We can't go on together.
Fellows
With suspicious minds.
And she like so
We
easily.
can build our dreams.
She's so
on suspicious
easily
lies.
is like,
So when
yeah,
alone
okay, we
I
can do
know
this. I'll move away from my family
Stop
because
saying
you don't want to be near my
hello.
parents anymore. Promotion is fine. If you said, hey, I had a promotion, I want to
see
move.
that I'd been on the
Fair enough.
defensive.
But to
I
be
hadn't
like,
understood that a
hey,
widow might sort
I got a
of
promotion,
lead
I want to
man
move.
around the house.
But that was
And
the
your
creepy
dad,
part.
like,
I
it's because of
know.
your dad. It's like,
Both of us needed
why?
to grow up more. Needed to grow away from our parents a bit more.
Again, becoming adults
Marry
need
my
to be
lower
away
half.
from your
We've grown
parents.
up a lot just
I
in
get
that.
it. Like, you're trying to grow up and mature. Understandable.
Troubles out this way.
But how dare he? Like, the way that he does
Now
it.
just cut to the high-speed train.
Ding, 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 ding.
Talk them out together.
How do you feel about Central City, hon?
I know Mom would love it.
I would like to get away to a new job.
I just can't,
Be
man.
out my home. And it is a big change, and
Bridget, where do you think Central City
we don't need
is?
to run away
I
from
don't know. I guess I'd say mid-state.
Yeah, it's kind of close to everything I'm thinking.
Yeah, kind of equidistant.
Middle-ish area of the
Centroidal.
region. Yeah, kind of a median point for the population.
Yeah, kind of central. Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
Yes, she apologizes to him.
And the train
Yup.
is moving at an adequate but
friends, new
unsatisfying
church.
pace.
New adjustments in living.
Right.
There will be
Nice of
other
Pete to
problems ahead.
unnecessarily plant
Bigger
that I hate
problems
your
named
parents
Ashley.
seed
It'll be the
because
two
he's
of
like,
us.
he could have just said,
Together.
hey,
honey.
I got a promotion in
been?
Central City if
Talking
we
to the
can take
conductor
it.
trying to get Pullman
Fine,
accommodations.
great. But I'd be
I
like,
got them.
your parents on our marriage. It's your parents' fault that I want to leave.
Thoughtful. The guy wants to go through a tunnel.
Well, not exactly the train scene in North by Northwest,
I
is
would
it?
Both
Not
miss
nearly
our
as
folks.
sophisticated.
All of them. The grandmothers would have made good babysitters.
Even the bitchy one. Oops.
Wherever Pete's job takes
What if they're gonna
us,
live hours
even back
away?
to our hometown, I know we'll work things out together.
Yes, working it out
others.
together by doing whatever Pete's employer wants.
What do you think he does?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's a transferable skill,
And they need his skills in Center City.
but they don't have a monopoly on whatever his skill is.
Well, yeah,
Right.
so they need to take an overnight train to Center City.
Yes, Pete's a manipulator.
We
yes.
may never know.
That's the other thing. How far away is this place? Because they have to move and they have to take an overnight train. Because he tells her like he had to get the bunks or whatever. So yeah, I don't know, man. Yes, this is meant to be a happy ending. Again, just having the promotion and her having to be willing to, both of them having to be willing to step away from their parents is one thing. But for his mom to, like, be bothering her and for him to be spending a ton of time with her and then being like, your dad got me promotion, I just can't handle it anymore. It's like, dude, what in the heck? It's, like, the worst. It's just, I can't believe it. Man. It's just, like, it's so gross. This one, I think we're back to one that doesn't necessarily have a story. I just thought this one was fun. It's one about senior citizens and how they can, like, protect themselves and things like that, and just the bad things that can happen to them. And it's just, like, there's a few scenes. I was watching it with my sisters the first time that I watched it, we all watched it, and we were like, has this ever happened to anyone ever? Like, is this a real thing that used to happen to senior citizens? Also, I realized something during that last short. Because I have my headphones in, I might be talking slightly louder than usual and not realizing it, and I apologize if I'm blowing anyone's eardrums out. Everyone seems to think it's fine, no one said anything, but I realized, I'm like, man, I'm talking kind of loud because I have headphones in on both sides. Normally I leave one open, and I haven't been doing that. I've had both in, so if I've been really loud or yelling at you guys, I apologize. Okay, volume's good for you. Good. Thank you, Roland. Well, I thought also, I'm like, well, if the shorts are kind of loud, then I guess my voice is okay and no one is complaining, so I assume it's okay. Because I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just I'm like, wait a minute, am I talking loud? Alright, so let's get into RiffTrax Shorts Senior Power. It's time for and it's not an easy job. They watch movies and they make up jokes about them.
Bridget, your ride's here.
Oh, thank you, Robert. It may be weird, but I like your voice.
Talking at me. Can't hear a word they're saying.
They got a little loud for me. Thank you very much, Robert. I actually have even done some Audible work and stuff before. Like some audiobook work. So I've gotten that a few times. I appreciate it very much. People have said I had a good voice, so thank you very much.
Senior power.
Nice, Ryan. My 88-year-old grandfather was a Marine in Korea and a Cup for decades and is still one of the toughest guys I know. That's awesome.
Move! I want to see how much that meatball sandwich is.
Is everybody okay? No, I'm not. Now, how many times do you have to...
Everyone's like, what's happening? Oh my god! It's like a movie set thing.
I just got carried away. I've never done anything like this before.
That's obvious.
It's the swim cap, isn't it?
Sure, I could fix it.
Don't touch me. Tom, I want to talk to you. Listen, everything's gonna be okay.
Yes, Adam West Batman vibes, yes.
Just beat the out of me.
I'm
Please,
acting.
Trust me, baby. Trust me. Sergeant Courtney, why don't you show Mrs. Sims here how to handle her purse? She doesn't need any help.
Why don't you have the lady play the mug? She'd be perfect.
Will you get off my back? Everybody wants to be a comedian.
Well, I'm serious. That was the third take. Well, if she forgets again, I'm not responsible.
I'm like, if that dude can't take an old lady beating him, like, he's not a good actor.
Authorities.
How many times have you had your purse snatched?
Twice.
You should know more than anybody. It doesn't happen that way.
I mean, if she reacts like that to a real purse snatch...
What? Purse snatching happens, like, really fast, doesn't it?
You lost me.
Now, this time, you show me what you're supposed to do.
Well, when I carry my purse, I'm supposed to carry it upside down like this. And then when a purse snatcher comes along, I don't resist.
She's really acing the oral exam.
I just open the catch and let everything fall out. And then I sit down and I blow the whistle to scare him away and blow the whistle on crime.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Then you sit down before you get knocked down. It's a lot safer. You carry
like, but she was handling herself just fine, so I don't know why they're like, this is what you should be doing. I'm like, what?
Okay, we're gonna take the first scene from the top, everybody.
Oh, just drop all your stuff. Or, you know, people that say, like, you know, throw your wallet and things like that. Yeah, that plan is stupid. I'm just gonna dump it all out or whatever. I'm like, if a purse snatcher's after you, and you cannot fight back, and you don't have a weapon, or you physically are incapable of fighting back, you give them the effing purse, because your life is more important, you know? It's like, if you can't fight for yourself and you don't have a weapon, then you just give it to them. You don't dump the stuff out and, like, distract. You're gonna end up with a knife in your guts, man.
That can keep you from being this year's victim. Techniques that can keep you from becoming a statistic. You don't have to learn kung fu or karate.
How's a girl
or any
get
of
a
those
drink
things.
around here?
But you should master.
Adrian says, in the next take, she accidentally rips her heart out of his chest and shows
Part
it
of
to
your
him.
everyday habit pattern. Mrs. Sims, you're the expert on purse snatching.
Right, twice this year.
And I only scored
Twice this year?
$10
Where does
in
she
clean
live?
out.
Why is she still
In the
walking?
supermarket. I didn't even see him take my purse out of the shopping cart.
Most purse snatchers like to work where there are no witnesses. But there are always a few in every city who know that women often leave their purses unattended while they're doing the shopping.
Change cue card.
First of all, you probably
Yeah, Adrian says, honestly, even if you could fight, you probably shouldn't. Unless you're trained.
and your keys
Like one of my
safe in your
cousins, my young cousin, he's, how old am I? He's 13, but he literally has a black belt in Krav Maga. Like, he could fight back. He, like, earned it.
Booze aisle like she's not gonna circle back around.
But yeah,
when
it's like,
watching.
if, you know, unless you're 100% confident in your fighting skills or whatever, you let them take it, you let them take the wallet, call the credit card company and cancel everything, you know?
Young man, could I trouble you?
Yes, or like Rebecca says, throw your purse and run the other way. The attacker wants the purse, usually not you. I've seen that for like wallets and money clips and stuff. Someone's like, give me your wallet, you pull it out and you toss it. Odds are they're not going to try to hurt you after that, they just want the money. Dude, if you tried to snatch a purse,
just so knowing that the guy would show up right
yeah, and
then
it was
there
and it was
bring right
tied,
into
you
the-
would give up. You'd be like, I'm not gonna risk getting caught by not being able to pull it off, you know?
What a mess.
He got canned. Ha, 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 ha.
Clever trick, huh?
I've got some
Actually,
clever
it'd be a lot
tricks in the
better if you could
boudoir.
Keep your wallet and your keys in your pocket. And avoid that problem altogether.
Don't forget that burglary and prowlers are always a threat. A deadbolt lock and a little bit of caution provides good home security.
I'm Alex Karras for ADT.
And I close all the windows.
He just destroyed the grocery witch's hideaway. Yep.
The doors are locked.
This guy makes the wet bandits look like master criminals.
Damn locked.
Booyah.
They still try.
He lives at a Motel 6. He's also got a recording of him saying, "Good dog, good boy."
I like that he had that set up. Like, how often does this happen? That you have a tape recorder set up for it?
We're busy with the Zodiac Killer. Can
Is
we get
purse?
back to
Maybe I'm
it?
sheltered, but I've never really heard of purse snatching as a problem. I've never heard anyone complaining of it. I live in a dangerous neighborhood, dangerous neck of the woods. So this is the kind of thing that my parents did teach me growing up. We weren't lucky enough to, you know, live in the suburbs and stuff. So it's always been keeping your wits about you and, you know,
Steve's
keeping
got a
your stuff
nice
safe
shovel.
and,
Ever since I decided
you know,
to keep the
what
house
to yell and all that kind of stuff. So for me, I see this kind of stuff and I'm like, you need a better strategy than empty it all on the ground. I'm like, there's way better things you could be doing.
Awesome, huh?
So it's that's the thing. It's like I wasn't sheltered. I was taught early on, world is dangerous and you got to be careful. So I get it, but it's like if you're an old lady who's had your purse snatched twice in a year, you need help. You need to either move somewhere else. You need someone to live with to be more safe. Like so have someone with you all the time. Like I don't know.
I'm getting help.
Okay, this is the part my sisters and I were like, what the hell is going on? I think it was this scene. Okay, it's insane.
The barking dogs calling.
Look, they get a like a fake call from this guy who is just saying sex stuff to them. Did people ever do this to old people? Like, he called this old couple to perv on them. Has that ever happened?
I'm just imagining.
Yeah, WTF, LOL, I guess, exactly. Who the hell, what greasy guy with a porn star mustache is gonna call an old couple and perv on them and be like, what are you wearing? What the hell?
That's another good way to blow the whistle on crime. It's also
I like that they didn't just hang up. Like, they like, it's just...
don't forget.
Ay, ay, ay. Yes, exactly. Now it's just your car warranty's about to expire. Do you want to have this cruise? Just give me your credit card number.
Right. They plan their crimes. We used to have problems on the days people would bring their Social Security checks into the bank.
He was probably just randomly dialing people, I guess, but it's like, that is still, like, so weird.
Remember Mr. Boyle?
Well, and not just that, but she had the whistle ready, like, they knew it was gonna happen. Like, it happened to them before.
I was walking Johnson
Very
in
odd.
the 70s, stuck behind a bunch of old broads.
How are you today, Mrs. Sims? My age is doing it. You look great. Well, as a matter of fact, I feel fine. I'd like a little cash of 120 and 210s would be all right.
Unmarked and nobody gets hurt.
I can take you over here.
He hopped from the back of the line. It should have been the lady behind that lady that got to move over. Okay, I'm sorry. I've worked at concession stands, at movie theaters, I've worked at Target. You call the very next person, not the person at the back of the line. Unfair.
Whip inflation.
Put it in a safe place.
I know. Stash it. Don't flash it. Betty Lyons?
Isn't that Mrs. Lyons over by the coffee?
Oh no, she's flashing it.
Well, see you next time.
Good morning.
Good morning.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Is this the dude also? Is this the leprechaun dude from House on Haunted Hill? It looks just like him, so I wonder if it is.
Man, I hate.
Yes, famous actor spotted. Yes, isn't that the guy from House on Haunted Hill? It looks exact. I think it is. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but I believe it
You
is.
know you're not supposed to leave the bank alone on Social Security days.
Oh, I'll be all right, Henry. Betty and I
Social
will
Security
begin,
Day.
and we're going shopping.
I'm getting a new hip.
Some other time.
Hip jokes hit me so much harder now since having broken mine and having the surgery
I'll bet
last
that
year.
coffee is old and weak too.
Oh my gosh. I hear old people hip jokes and I'm like,
There he is now.
yeah.
Hey man, go easy with that thing, okay?
Okay. You just drive. I'll take care of the old man.
Oh, that's so sweet. He wants to take care of an old man.
Hey, Pops, give me your wallet. What?
Where is this bank too? There's just random thugs around it.
Can I keep my lucky condom?
You've got expired tabs.
Way to drive around the block, mastermind.
Man. Elisha Cook, is that his name? Thank you very much, Large.
Well, what'd we get?
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Can't trust anyone over 30.
I love that meme, Adrian. That's one of my favorites. Call an ambulance, but not for
Help
me.
me, Weird Al.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Give me a pencil, will you please, before I forget the number?
Yeah, broad daylight mugging.
I'll be right back.
Broad daylight mugging on this old guy in front of a busy bank. Like, it was right there. There were a ton of people in it.
I've got a description of the car, and they've got a gun. Are you sure you're all right?
Yeah, they usually.
Yeah, I'd be like, dude, do you need help? Like, jeez.
Sheriff's Department? I'd like to report a robbery. Hold on.
So the bank is calling about a robbery not at the bank.
Excuse me, hiccups there.
Well, at least they got the old man's beer punch card.
Can you believe that? We better have a talk with him.
Tell me you need a cooler and a couple of koozies.
Is that a... Hang on, we need a wide shot. Is this clearly a cop car, or is this like a... Yes, clearly a cop car, and these kids walk out of the liquor store.
Pepsi around here.
Man.
They're partial to this street.
That's it. Is that it?
Hollywood 91 1033.
Really, Adrian says, I was mugged in broad daylight. Dude hugged me so people thought we were friends. Ugh. Those people, man. Sorry that happened to you. That's... Ugh.
Hang on to this, will you?
Now watch this.
Don't panic, but the buzz is behind us. Don't turn around, stupid. All right, buddy. Let's see how well you can drive. Okay, they're gonna...
All they were gonna get them on was the alcohol.
Fun openings to
Instead of being like, you know, or maybe stealing an old man's wallet if they had gotten like the alert or whatever. But now they're literally trying to evade the police.
Hollywood 91 suspect vehicle now eastbound on Long Ridge.
Kind of lost the thread on this.
Right.
What
This
does
one gets
have to do
weird.
with little old ladies.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe there's gonna be a barricade of Model Ts at the state line.
Your grandpa says he's not
Man.
going to press charges.
Like, that's the thing. Like, what they do was already bad. Now they're literally running from the cops. It's like,
You know what?
over
I,
not
for
over
one,
such a
would rather
little
have
thing.
My kids in a car chase than playing one on a video game.
Oh, he's one of those guys who never passes up a scenic overlook.
Here we go. He barely bumped his head on the window and he's out cold.
Or not. You know, it's up to you. I totally get it.
Hot cul-de-sac action.
Timmy donuts. Timmy donuts.
Man.
Sometimes it's just easier to let the cops chase you.
Yeah, it's like this guy's like, I'm gonna outrun this bullet.
And that
This is a fanfic written by the cops.
Trust banks.
Yes, from a PSA to a cop TV series. Those people are like
Shoot,
not bothered
he
at
didn't shower
all.
before entering.
Look, you know something? If I didn't show my money, none of that would have happened. And you'd have been a lot safer if you had...
That was the point of that whole last like 5 minutes.
Believe me, I tried. I always carry 2 wallets. One real,
Here he goes.
one loaded with junk.
Yes, what the heck is going on indeed?
I want to tell you something. Real wallet, phony wallet. I was going to give him anything he wanted.
Right, Mr. Boyle. You never want to argue when your safety's at stake. You did the right thing, Mr. Boyle. Got the license number, you call for help.
Yeah, but he
Remember,
accidentally
your
called
The pool set for
411.
Ega.
can happen to you. And then develop a plan using simple...
Yep, Amy says we
everyday
go from
techniques.
Angel's Revenge and Ega. The best movies have a big finale in a pool.
Oh, gross.
Never walk alone at night.
I got 2 wallets.
Snatchers use
Yes,
the
stuff
private
you
attack,
off.
but so can you.
Evacuation of purse
See who
and
like that?
bowels.
Why did she? Wait, she just had a pair of scissors. Wait, I am rewinding that, guys. Hang on. Look at this. She had a pair of scissors in her purse.
So can you.
Look at this.
Evacuation of purse.
She just had a freaking pair of scissors hanging out in her wallet. Like, okay, I have scissors that look like that size, for my cross stitches that I do. So I have like a Ziploc with all my cross stitch stuff and some scissors in it. But I don't just have a pair of scissors out in my purse or my bag or anything. Okay, I just had to pause that real quick because I was like, is that a pair of like just huge scissors in this lady's purse? Like, they didn't have to worry about this lady getting mugged again, man. That is so weird. Okay, anyway.
If you're confronted by
Wow.
one, sit down before he
I never
knocks you
noticed
down.
that.
And use a whistle. Call for help.
Wear
Keep your
giant
defense up,
collars.
No matter where you are.
See, once he saw it was tied, he would not have kept going after that purse because he wouldn't want to get caught.
Girly betting.
He won 63.
Hurt the caller's ears, not your own. Don't advertise how much money you have.
He was in
Warriors
a bank
can
just
win.
counting it. He wasn't
Time to go
advertising the
or
money.
leave alone.
Man.
Hi, Betty.
Oh, thank you, Dalen. Said, I love these riffs. Faith herself is pretty good too. Thank you very much. I know I definitely want to do more
They're there to protect
actual
you.
riffing
Don't
going
be afraid
forward.
to ask for help.
Hold on. Sheriff,
Yes, I was mugged, but I want to report some kids on my lawn.
UJA 604.
You've all had a long lifetime of experience.
And we've heard your stories a million times.
And beat their brains. When you make the criminal's job more difficult, you help all of us blow the whistle on crime.
And fade to black.
Which I guess means another scene.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Good night.
Good night.
I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Next week I'll play the old lady.
Good night, gentlemen.
I got an audition for Fantasy
Yeah, and then they're
Island.
like, we're gonna let you guys walk out on your own in the dark after all that.
Oh, Henry, you scared me.
And you know you're not supposed to be out alone at night.
Without a healthcare directive.
And I got some real money. How about coffee?
Best offer I've had all day.
Tell me all about your Maltese Falcon.
Now she's just leaving her car there. Senior power and how to use
Guilt
it.
your grandchildren into visiting your hot apartment on beautiful sunny days.
Ugh, all he could think of was take her to a Denny's and then a photo booth.
Man.
Who needs molars?
Yes, Elisha Cook. Thank you. Whoever had called that out. Who called it out in the chat? Was it
Fred's
Larch?
father
Thank
never
you.
forgave him for leaving the pickle business.
With an appearance by Jesus.
And the Bruce Kerner dancers.
It is neat that they're like crediting everyone. A lot of these shorts don't do that or like credit them individually like that.
And these guys showed up.
They were good.
Robert from Lady Mobster.
He's cute.
Yeah, what did I just watch? This one is odd.
John Glenn went to the moon right after this.
Hey, he's quite
Dalen, thank you. Okay, Dalen. And you're quite welcome. Thank you, Dalen.
Power, it's senior power to the end. Cut.
Nice. So that was senior power. That's what to do as we all age. Now we know what to do to keep ourselves safe on the streets. There we go. All right, and so we have two other big ones here that I will tease both of them here for our last hour or so. They're both about 30 minutes. And we have The Wonderful World of Tupperware. It is a 30-minute ad for Tupperware, which in itself is kind of an MLM scheme. And then we have, for the last one, a very story-driven one, My Mother Was Never a Kid, another about 30-minute one, about this girl who goes back in time and meets her mother as a child. So, we have two more wonderful good ones to hit off the last hour or so of this. And then also, I'll say this again at the end as well. Next Monday, the 15th, there will not be a stream on that night either, unfortunately, as that is my sister Daisy's birthday. We got a lot of birthdays in the last few months of the year for my family. So that day we will be off, most likely. Oh, see you later, Dolphin Girl. I hope your pumpkin bars are good. Yes, so next Monday, I also will not be able to stream because of another birthday. But Monday the 20... I'm going to double check that real quick. I believe it's the 22nd, but I have to be sure. Let's see. Yes, okay, Monday the 22nd. We will have a big fun Riff party for that one. Please show up if you can. If you can get anybody you know to show up, that'd be great. Monday before Thanksgiving, we are doing a huge Thanksgiving stream. We're going to do all the Thanksgiving shorts, like the 1 turkey, 2 turkey. I think there are a couple, both of the guys doing Thanksgiving. I believe there's also Bridget and Mary Jo Thanksgiving. I might even do 1 or 2 more that are like autumnal shorts, like Farm Family in Autumn and a few like that, that are going to be all Thanksgiving-y. So we're going to do that one. And then Fun in Balloon Land will be the feature that we cap off on that one. So if you can be here Monday the 22nd, please be here. Like I said, I'm having to skip the 15th. If I have time, maybe over the weekend, I can throw together another stream. We will see what I can do. But that one, I'm very excited for Thanksgiving, so I will tease that again at the end so everyone is sure. And just so next Monday, no stream. If I can do a weekend stream in between work and stuff, we'll see how that goes. And then I will advertise. I'll do a community post. I'll post it on Twitter and stuff as soon as I know if I'm doing it, just so you guys don't miss anything. But yeah, for the big ones, I try to keep it on Monday so the normal people can be there. So let's see. Like, people are excited for Tupperware. Let's see. Dalen, thank you very much for seeing my works and checking out more of my videos. I appreciate it very much. Adrian says, the title sounds like a parody of an infomercial. Yes, but I believe this is a real infomercial. By the way, it's your birthday! Happy birthday, Adrian! I'm glad you're spending it with us. That is very awesome. I am very flattered by that. Let's see. Okay, so everyone looks excited for 2 weeks from now with a lot of turkey emojis and everyone being like, yes, let's do the turkey counting stuff in the chat here. Roland, I don't think I'll be able to make it on the 22nd. Gonna be traveling to Texas to see my brothers. Well, I hope you have a good time in Texas for sure. If you get a chance to tune in, absolutely do. If not, the whole stream will be up on the site, up on YouTube, for you to watch if you have a chance that week to get some fun Thanksgiving riffs in. Let's see. Oh, good night, Dangeresk the Third. Good night. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Yay, getting a lot of happy birthday Adrians in the chat. Thank you, guys. That's very nice. I appreciate it very much. Let's see. There we go. Okay, there we are. Alright, I think we're caught up on that. And I just wanted to make sure I was saying that so people wouldn't be super disappointed next Monday. Again, if I can do a weekend stream, we will see. Because usually I'm just home on weekends doing work and stuff. So if I have time to do even a small one, we'll see. Also, here's a quick question. Would you guys be interested at all if I did streams like this, but instead of doing just like watch parties and stuff, if I did things where like maybe I was editing, excuse me, and you guys could like comment on me editing and stuff, or I was even, excuse me, sorry, I've never had a PC until now, so I've never gotten into like gaming and playing stuff, but if I ever did want to get into gaming or playing stuff, would you guys be interested in streams of that at all? If you guys are interested in any of that kind of stuff, then please let me know. Editing, gaming, and just like chatting with you guys, because I really like this format a lot, but I was like, would you guys actually care if I wasn't watching RiffTrax and Mystery Science and we were just like hanging out and I was editing or doing something else? Would you guys actually care? If the answer is yes, please let me know very much. Ooh, It and Fit would be interested. Ryan would be interested. Nice, nice. Perfect. That sounds cool. Thank you, Jackie. Because I was like that. Because there are some nights where it's like I've done work and I don't have a ton to do, and I'm like, you know, what if I played something, or what if I'm just editing or doing some work stuff even, and I'm like, you know, it's like, honestly, guys, there are times I am like bored and lonely. Like, you know, I've never lived alone till now. Yes, everyone is saying that they're in, so very good. So I will see if maybe some weekends, maybe it could be like Mondays are for like the watch parties, but if I have time during the weekend and I'm like bored or lonely or just want to hang out, you know, I can like play something, I can edit or whatever, and we will just hang out and just still do some fun talking and stuff, just some cool Q&A type stuff. What games do you play? I don't play a lot of games. That's the thing. It's like growing up, you know, we always had, like I say always, we literally have the same PS2 that we had from like 20 years ago. Because we didn't have a lot of money overall. So it was very rare that we got the new system. We're mostly a Nintendo family. So like usually I play things like Mario Kart or fun family stuff, but I'm just not a huge gamer. But I've been thinking, now that I have a good computer for it, I would kind of like to get into it. At least a little bit, and I was like, and I have a YouTube channel, so I could like have some fun and hang out with you guys with it. So I am down for suggestions. What are good like PC games to play and to stream? What are games that are even kind of easygoing? Like I could still chat with you guys and be like watching the chat and stuff and playing it. Normally, like Robert says, I play Centipede. I love it. I actually, one of my games that I play, that I do play is Pac-Man. I got really good at it at some point. So it's like I like some simple stuff, but I'm into the idea of getting into other stuff. I would play Animal Crossing, but I do not have a Switch and I cannot afford one right now. I see my sisters play it and I'm like so jealous because they have a Switch. But it's like I don't, and so I can't play it, but one of these days maybe. But it's just a lot of money I can't spend on that right now when I could like upgrade my microphone or something instead. But yeah, so I was thinking, even if I just did stuff like playing Pac-Man and simple games, or just, again, easygoing stuff and talk with you guys, or editing, and just having other streams, that it doesn't just have to be watch parties, though I love them, but, like, that way I can hang out with you guys, and I'm not just here alone while I'm doing this stuff, so I thought that would be really cool. Would you play PC games on Steam? Possibly, that's what I'm kind of looking into. I was a senior in high school when the PS2 came out. Yeah, we have the same PS2 that we did. We had, and then after that, it got a lot more, like, we've never had Xboxes or any PS after that because we just didn't have money for it. And when we did get new systems, we had the Wii, which was insane because we actually got that the year it came out. And for our family, that was a huge deal to get it the year it came out. So we got that. We had, eventually we got a Wii U, and now they have a Nintendo Switch. at the house, but it's like that's pretty much it. And my sisters and I might get Game Boys and stuff, or my younger sister's DS's over the years, but not a lot. Let's see. A puzzle game called Gunpoint is what Adrian is suggesting. There we go. Slime Rancher from Rebecca. Talisman from Steam, says Larch. That would be a fun watch. Nice. So, yeah, I'm gonna look into some fun stuff that I would be interested in playing, but also seem like good streamable stuff, so we could hang out and still just, like, just chat and have fun with it. And, again, like, just doing things kind of out of the blue or over the weekend sometimes when I'm not working, because it's like, you know, just to help keep me up, you know, and feeling good, because these streams do a lot for me, honestly. Would you consider screening famously bad movies that are available? Possibly. If you guys would be interested in that, and, like, watching bad movies that aren't necessarily riffed. Ryan says Portal is pretty great. Used Arcade fan, I actually got to get back to my own channel. It's a dead, neglected channel. Well, my channel went on hiatus for about 8 months, you know, and now that I'm back, I'm very excited about it. There's getting a lot more people. We've gotten people in there saying yes, bad movies. We could riff them too, which is absolutely true. They could even just be ideas for stuff that I could review and riff later on as well. Perfect. So it sounds like we got a lot of other fun things that we can do. I'm just taking screenshots of everything so I remember all this later on. Which is great. I'm glad to hear that you guys are just as into the idea of doing more varied streams as I am. Because again, if Mondays are like, this is like RiffTrax Day, this is Mystery Science Day, this is Watch Party Day. But then it's like, then if I have a weekend, I can just like hang out with you guys and just hang out like friends and not have it be necessarily as scheduled, I guess. But it's just really fun to be streaming with you guys. I mean, we have 30 people right now that are okay just here listening to me talk about doing other streams. So, that would be awesome. Ooh, people also doing some, let's see, some, I believe, movie suggestions as well. Red Riding Hood and the Monsters is pretty bad. I haven't heard of that one, actually. Do riff-alongs. Let's see. Man. Oh, thank you, Roland. It's been fun to be here for these. Thanks so much for hosting. Absolutely, because like I said, it's as much for me as it is for you guys. It's just really fun to have like people to watch these with and enjoy it, and when I'm alone here in my place to have like something to look forward to. Because like I can go over to my parents and my sisters, but like, you know, my dad works and Maddie's in school and she's very, very busy. She actually also got an internship, by the way. Congrats to Madeline for a prestigious internship that she also just got. So she's busy all the time, always. So it's hard to like want to go over there and plan to do things when we're not all going to be together able to do them, right? And now, again, one of the cars has a hole in the roof that they're getting fixed, so things are just like insane. So being able to like come here and have the streams, I think being able to do them more often or with other you know, like stuff to do in them would just be really fun. So I just wanted to make sure it was cool with you guys and that you'd actually care. So thank you very much. Thank you guys also for shouting out for Maddie. That's the thing. It's an internship at a library, and apparently it's literally one where you only get in if you know somebody. And one of her teachers really liked her, and she was like kind of what they were looking for, and it's a paid internship, by the way, which pays very well, so we're all extremely, really proud of her. So yeah, so Maddie is out there, like, doing it. She is doing it really well. So yeah, so I just thought that would be really neat. We would have more stuff to do. So again, we would have watch parties and themed nights and stuff, but then I could just be on here, you know, playing Pac-Man and talking with you guys or whatever. So that's really fun. I appreciate everybody out here being like, woo! So for both Maddie and for the streams. So, alright, I will stop jabbering on after these last like 10 minutes and we will watch the wonderful world of Tupperware.
It's time for
This is is Tupperware.
Behold!
Airtight plastic containers that keep good foods fresher, longer.
Faster,
Here's
taller.
how. Put in the food, put on the patented Tupperware seal, then press down the center of the seal and lift a little at one side. Hear that whisper?
Those kind
That's
of bowls are
Tupperware's
so
airtight
hard to
promise
close.
keep food
There's a lot of
flavor
good
fresh.
actual Tupperware type bowls that close
Tupperware
just
comes
fine,
in
but we've
all
had
shapes.
some of those or that look like that.
All sizes.
Those are hard
Well,
to
I
close.
don't see trapezoid.
You can freeze it, stack it.
It's a fun hobby for everyone.
It won't leak or spill. Tupperware keeps aroma.
But you still
and
shouldn't
flavor
do
locked
that.
in.
Pablo
And because you can
Picasso's
see what's
refrigerator.
inside, no more forgotten leftovers. Just good, fresh planovers. The one way to buy Tupperware is a fun way.
Ain't no party like a Tupperware party because a Tupperware party don't stop.
You know we're gonna party like a
I
Tupperware
think my
party.
mom used to
somebody
have
calls the
either had Tupperware parties or went to a few when I was like really little.
First examine how you got to this point.
Or write to Tupperware, Orlando.
Zip codes and addresses are for the not chill.
Right, like what? You can't, that's not an
If you
address.
go to or have a Tupperware party between
Wait
now
a
and
minute.
May
It could be anything. I want it.
I don't believe in food storage. Oh, Bridget, I would like to share some of my beat
Yes, Jackie,
poetry
we
with
still
you.
have some of those bowls, and you're absolutely
Earl
right. It's like those are
Tupper,
hard to
Earl
close. I don't
of
get
the
it.
Ware of Tupper. Men, women, changed,
turn it down a little bit on my end
cylindrical,
here.
plasticity, mismatched, domestic ennui, but
That music. Why is it like noir music for Tupperware?
dig it.
Yeah, Tupperware parties are a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah!
It'd be like, everyone put an order for their Tupperware in. And I'm like, that's what MLMs do. It's a pyramid scheme type of party.
Story of Tupperware.
From the book of Leviticus.
Tupperware, a plastic houseware designed and made especially for the purpose of keeping
If only the
food
selling
fresher,
wizard were here,
longer,
she could explain how
sealing
Tupperware
flavor
works.
in,
Yes.
and keeping odors out. Tupperware is made
Mike,
from
hi Mike, he
polyethylene,
says, I once had a
polypropylene,
Tupperware
and
jacket.
polystyrene.
And a little
Relative
Styling,
to
man.
the wonderful world of imagination and industry. Tupperware is one of the brightest
This is the
stars
weirdest
in the
music
plastic
choice. It's like that egg short that
industry
RiffTrax
that
did,
not
where it's like
exist
the
25
really
years
weird
ago.
chill music and like the
vast
fife
reserves
music.
in the Arctic.
Organization responsible for the introduction of plastic food storage containers to millions of housewives in many countries throughout the world.
Even the Vatican.
Many dinosaurs were killed in the making of
Oh my
plastic.
gosh, I forgot about
It was
this.
necessary.
Oh my gosh, that animation though. That's courtesy
Is that
counts a
then for
lot
wearing a
budget, man.
t-shirt?
It's a midriff.
Oh my gosh. This is...
The history of plastics began over 30
History!
million years
Come on!
I'm here to be entertained.
and tremendous pressures created by the shifting of the Earth's crust formed the substance needed to make plastic, petroleum.
Oh, the Houston skyline, so beautiful.
Man. I almost forgot how like
Seemingly
cheesy this
desolate
one
and
is.
parched regions of
Finally,
America's
a
great
size
Southwest.
6.
Quality begins with the search for one of nature's vast
Just
stores
texting
of
my
raw
aunt who
material,
texted me real quick.
oil.
Well, they should just drill my
The search is
T-zone.
never ending for the black gold which yields a rich and abundant harvest of byproducts. From depths as great as 2 miles, once considered useless ethane and propane are extracted from natural gas and pumped from vast storage wells at
you go.
huge
Just,
complexes
some
like the
logistics for
Rexall El
tonight.
Paso Natural
My
Gas
sister Holly
Operation
texted me. I
in
missed this.
Odessa,
My phone must be on
Downtown
mute.
Odessa is
There we go.
darling.
Okay. She said, Tupperware is literally one of the most prolific MLMs out there, partially because the product
So
wasn't
make sure
bad,
you've got hot
just the
holders
business
before you pick
model.
it up.
That's exactly what it is. My sister Holly knows all about MLMs and pyramid schemes. She like should honestly go into being a lawyer for it. She would literally be the freaking like Phoenix Wright of pyramid scheme lawyering. But yeah, Tupperware, the product is fine, but
This
it's
is
like,
required
have this
information
party and
before
you
you will
should
be
totally,
permitted
look
to
at my
store your
upline, you should
iceberg
totally
lettuce.
order all this.
and finally refracted.
Everyone's like, oh my
wondering what
gosh,
it's
they're
going to be
actually going
for.
about this.
I know, that
You're
was a real
actually
cliffhanger.
discussing,
Is then exposed to a catalytic agent,
you're actually
which
discussing
changes the
petroleum and the
molecular
making
structure
of
the gas into a
plastics.
solid, polyethylene.
Yes,
No,
Large
I
says,
prefer a
my mother
farm
attended
to table
a number of Tupperware parties. Stuff was hugely popular and fairly revolutionary for the time.
And is also Whole 30 compliant.
The material that furnishes
That's the
our
thing. It's like
industrial
Tupperware
life.
itself, not a
Powers
bad
our
thing
cars,
or idea, but it's
our
like,
homes,
A, did we need a 30-minute short
generates
about
our
it, and
electricity.
B,
And gives us
it's an
big,
MLM.
strong
Like, it's not a good. That's not good.
Hurled into the Holocaust of the
What?
No, let's not.
Are we still talking about Tupperware?
No.
Called synthetics. The test tubes fed the development
gosh,
of the
I forgot
plastics
about that.
industry into breathtaking acceleration.
Well, so the war.
Well, hey,
really paid
Devlin, nice
off.
to see you in the chat.
A thermoplastic.
Yes, you can always rewatch. It'll be on the channel when it's over here.
Unheard of quality.
This is educational film, kind of. It's a 30-minute long short and slash propaganda, whatever you want to call it,
Just how I like
infomercial
my
for
men.
Tupperware. This is about how Tupperware and plastic is made.
These Wonderlier bowls are just one of over 100 Tupperware items that are imaginatively designed and manufactured.
This is one of the better unboxing videos.
I'd say.
Ideas for new Tupperware products are sent to the designers here at Branch River, Tupperware's research and development
I don't like the looks of this guy. I think he might be a Rubbermaid operative.
Several comprehensive drawings are finished.
Like, I don't even
and
mind
sent to
necessarily the
office of
how
John
it's
Antley,
made-esque
president
parts of
Tupperware
these
Company,
type of
where he
shorts,
confers with his
but when it's
staff
just
on
like, buy
engineering,
Tupperware is your new lord and savior. It's
cost
like,
and utility
okay,
of the
calm
product
down.
For each of the designs submitted.
Bowl? I thought you said bowel.
The product drawings are then sent to Tupperware's international headquarters in Orlando, Florida, where the Tupperware
Florida?
sales and marketing staff discuss the various designs at length to determine the utility and saleability of the item.
Big
It's
enough
like
to
the
keep a
Mafia,
human
Big
head
Farmer,
fresh
and
for months.
Tupperware. But it's
Following
true.
design
Like,
approval,
multi-level
minor
marketing
modifications are
schemes,
made,
man.
and a
That's why
finished
whenever they make
product drawing is
jokes and
completed.
on RiffTrax
As
and
they
stuff
try
about
to
like
distract
Amway and
themselves
Mary
from their
Kay, it's
receding
hilarious because
hairlines.
it's like MLMs are the worst.
From this drawing, a wooden
I want to
mold
get an
is
official
carefully
stamp
made
one
that will
day.
be
I have no
an
reason to
exact
use it at
duplicate
all.
of
I
the
just want to have a
finished
stamp for me.
You know, this is actually the film they show girls when they send the boys to the gym.
I just felt kind of
A
tingly.
vacuum forming machine is then used to make, in plastic, a copy of the engineering design.
Oh no, Wendigo says, I don't know why I find these 50s and 60s shorts oddly
and all
soothing.
This so my grandma can
You know,
send
I mean,
home
well, the thing is,
leftovers in a 30-year-old container that's been melted in the
overall,
dishwasher.
they're not like most of them are harmless, you know.
Now we have a cool Bauhaus church hat.
But some of them, it's like.
Ooh, artisan Tupperware.
The sample is hand-finished and then sent to the engineering department.
As graphically
Now it will be
portrayed here.
transformed into a seemingly endless list of engineering specifications and detailed drawings.
Making a great template
See, this is the
to
kind of
cut your
thing
kid's hair
that I
around.
guess it's like when I see this kind of stuff, I'm like, it's interesting because I could never do that. Like, I would not have the patience for this, man.
What? Again? Did we just lap ourselves?
We did that.
Even as someone that loves like editing and stuff, like I could not design Tupperware for a living. You know what I mean?
This part is even duller, so if you want to run an errand or attend
Yeah, like-
college, go for it.
The word Tupperware is engraved on the actual cavity
Nesting
of each
dolls.
mold,
These are
so
like
that each
nesting
item
dolls.
bears the proud name which is synonymous with quality.
Yes,
the world
Roland says
over.
they have a very
You
distinct
can't
old-fashioned
sell it on
style, like
Canal
these
Street
shorts.
as
I feel like
Fubberware.
modern commercials of PSA try too much to be entertaining, which caused them to feel similar almost to movie trailers. That is true. That's true. It's like
Yo,
these had a very
TJ
different
Tupperware,
vibe.
dropping the
So I
needle
can
on
see
some
why
tunes.
it's like people
Yo.
could just watch these kind of mindlessly and like to a degree, like actually
Why
enjoy
don't you
them.
just
Like,
make
I get
storage
it.
containers out of hardtack?
And again,
That never goes
it's
bad.
also interesting because you're getting to see what it was like back then. People like me, you know,
Even
not born till the
hipsters love
90s,
making
seeing stuff from the
Tupperware.
50s and 60s is
finished
interesting
mold
because
is
it's like a
polished
whole other
by hand
world
and will be
sometimes to like,
assembled for testing
this is
on an
what,
actual
you know,
production
used to do, or
machine.
this is how this thing was invented. So it is pretty
Don't
cool.
invite this
In the
guy
areas
to your kid's
between
career
these
day.
pieces, resulting in the formation of the completed mold.
Yes, they're weird, but they have an
You know
aesthetic
what?
of their
Never
own.
mind.
It's
I'm
true.
just gonna
Thoroughly
throw
tested,
out the
it
extra
will be
taco
sent to
meat.
one of
Oh
many
yeah,
Tupperware
Amway, Herbalife,
manufacturing
Doterra,
operations throughout
Monat
the
or
world,
Monet, LuLaRoe, some of the
such as
worst
the
MLMs. My
Tupperware
sisters told
facility
me
at
about all
Wigan,
those.
England, that
There's a
supplies
YouTube
Tupperware
channel I
products
found
to
like
the
a couple
United
weeks
Kingdom.
ago called
Whether they
Cruel
want
World
them or
Happy
not.
Mind,
Belgian
and her
operation.
videos on
That was
MLMs
my
are really good.
Furnishes Tupperware to European common market countries. This fast-growing plant is located at Fern Tree.
Oh my
Gulch,
gosh,
near Belden,
Larch, when I was
Australia.
little, we had a very rare Tupperware
This new
deviled egg
facility
holder. I
is
think my
spotted
mom
at
had
Canadian
that.
Market from Cowansville, Quebec.
My mom makes
Ça
really good
s'appelle
deviled
le
eggs, and I'm
du
pretty
Tupperware.
sure
Okasaka,
she
Japan,
did have
supplies
that,
our
with like the
Far
little
Eastern
indents in
consumers.
it that the
And
little egg
Elaine
have said.
sells
I think we
Tupperware
had
to the
that.
Lumbo tribe.
I don't know if we
Tupperware's
still do, but I'm pretty dang
located
sure
in
we
North
did.
Smithfield, Rhode Island, which furnishes all the
What was that
Tupperware
channel,
sold
Faith?
throughout the United
Cruel
States
World
and Puerto
Happy
Rico.
Mind. Here,
We
I'll
also
even write it
export
in
supplement the
the
needs of
chat
overseas operations.
because it's a longer channel
Now the
name.
molding can begin.
She does a lot of good
First, we add
MLM
lots
videos.
and lots of sugar.
Let's see. I just realized I could actually, type in the chat myself.
You know, I could just binge watch
There we
the
go.
molding process all day long.
Oh, I commented as me. That's me. Faith Nunez is just
Here,
the channel I'm
Steve waits
watching
for
this
his
on
microwave
because I
popcorn.
want to watch it as a viewer and see it the way you
product
guys
is
see
born.
it.
It will
You
be
do
sent to
follow her,
quality
Jackie. That's
control for
awesome.
exhaustive tests and analysis.
Oh yeah, didn't hear you over the riff. Yeah,
As is
sorry about
instructions,
that.
It will be added to the regular production runs.
The first t-shirt bra was not a success.
The sprue is carefully removed and the bowl inspected visually by the operator.
Wrong. No.
The container
Sucks.
is then placed on a rack for additional cooling.
And I spelled it wrong because I was talking at the same time.
Separate machine.
Now to show you the life of a hobo.
There we go.
Quality
Okay.
begins
Yeah,
with
so
the
I
raw
comment under my
material used in the
Faith
manufacture of
Nunez
Tupperware.
We put train wheels in every
thing
bite.
because
Although the material has undergone
I
rigid tests
want to watch
and
it
is
like a
shipped to
viewer,
its
so I know that
destination
everything
sealed
looks
cars,
okay, and I'm not just
a
seeing it through my
sample will be
channel.
tested once again
When I might
before
not
the
see
car is
when the
unloaded.
stream goes down,
Otherwise,
for
it's
instance,
just
if that
harder to bring
happens.
to the returns desk.
In our own quality control
Yes,
department,
Lululemon
the
is
pellets
also
are
one.
checked against standards engineered for the products to be manufactured.
Such a cult that someone
Each
killed a
individual
coworker in
Tupperware
alleged
item
theft.
uses
Amy, I
different
don't know if I
blends
know
of
that one or
material,
not.
having
I'd have to ask
various
Holly. She's
properties
told me
of
so
melt,
many
First we
gross
take its
stories
rectal
about this stuff
temperature.
that, like,
weight,
so many gross
Come on,
stories.
don't weigh me right after the holidays.
and specific gravity.
Gravity.
You're just making it up.
If found acceptable,
Yeah,
then
gravity.
the car is
What does
unloaded.
gravity
If
matter
not,
in plastics?
It packs up its desk and security escorts it out of the building.
Pumped from the car pneumatically, the pellets are transported through stainless steel pipe into giant storage silos, each holding over 100,000 pounds of plastic, but only enough to operate our plant for less than 5 days.
Oh, see, Mary Jo, I can't believe you thought it was
On the
6
silos,
days.
The material is blended automatically and piped into storage bins.
Oh, jeez, this is my dad. You make one offhand remark about plastic, and he'll tell you its entire history.
Oh my gosh, is
However, the
everyone's
addition of
dad like
colored
that?
Tupperware items is accomplished by adding a precisely
Oh my gosh,
measured amount
Faith,
of
heaven
pigment
help us. The
to a
Lululemon
specific
murder has a
quantity of
wiki
white
page.
pellets.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to
Cocaine
look
now
that up
comes
after
in
this.
designer colors.
The heck?
But do not use dyes in communal washers because they'll just wreck your next load.
Yawn.
Gonna add a
Tupperware is
little
not
more
as fascinating
gravity.
as they think it is. Roland, not my dad, but my granddad was. Yeah. I'm like that about movies, Ryan. I get that. No, I'm about that too. If you're like, literally, if you're like, so, Gonzo, and I talk for 30 minutes, you know, it's like that just happens.
Did beauty mean
But,
something different back then?
My dad is definitely like, you know, you say one thing, and it's like, he'll give you this whole thing. And it's not that I mind it, it's just funny that all dads, most dads, I should say, are
Keeping
like
a
that, it
constant
seems.
supply of raw material to each of the over 100 machines.
Oof, Amy
in the
says
huge
that
molding room
murder
below.
page is
Which
something
is
you
also
want to
the
read
company
before bed.
daycare.
Oh boy.
The Tupperware plant is the largest injection molding operation in the world.
Lululemon, man. I'll
covering
talk
an
to my
area
sister
of
Holly
over
about that one.
100,000
I'm sure she's
square
talked to me
feet.
about it
Square
before, but it's
feet
been a
are
while.
so hard to
The
buy
heating
shoes
core
for.
governs the flow of raw material into the mold. Cooling is then provided by the circulation of water through these hoses.
Ah, this guy is really over-explaining.
I know. That's a sure sign of lying.
A checklist is used to make
Engineer
over
dads
100
are especially
individual
like that, huh?
adjustments to
EA
ensure the
Gorman.
perfect
Oh, I also don't know if I've called you on the
production
chat, so
and function
hello,
of the Tupperware
EA.
product.
You know, and sometimes we just let Gary fiddle with the knobs with his filthy fingernails.
The size of the product to be manufactured determines the size of the molding machine to be used. They range from doilies,
How did people work without listening to earbuds back then?
gel and serves,
Tupperware
know,
sounds
right?
delicious.
to giant canisters.
Oh, that's That's harassment, and I'm contacting HR.
Like even today, like when I'm writing scripts for work, I have to have either an old video I've seen before, you know, going in the background,
hundreds of
or
operators,
music
but
or something.
Tupperware is
I
still
can't
infallible.
just write usually.
Control temperature cycles and the force of over 20,000 pounds per square inch. The pellets are transformed into useful household food containers like this popular 50-ounce handelier. From the surgically clean mold,
Do you say handelier, like chandelier without the
racks,
C?
and the sprue, where the molten plastic entered the mold, is carefully removed.
We neuter and spay all our
The operator then
handeliers.
visually inspects the product for any one of nearly 30 possible defects, which would interfere with the delivery
30
of
possible
quality
defects?
That's not too much rat feces.
Quality
We will
begins
return
with
after
preventive
this message from our sponsor.
Now let's go to
Oh yes, the Brian J. Jones audiobooks, the narrative Dream Henson is great. Yes, I have that one. I've had that one for years, I think. I own both the actual book and the audiobook.
Oh, I see none of the gals from the factory were invited.
Yeah, it's been years. I've had that book. It must have been since the year it came out. I was still in community college back then.
Time stands still as you yearn for freedom.
Yes, see, Tupperware parties. I'm pretty sure my mom either hosted or went to some when I was a kid. I feel like at my non and grandpa's old house that they had back when I was a kid, I'm pretty dang sure that they had them there.
So salads keep their
meh.
Jackie, I meant to call this out, but my sister Holly also confirmed Lululemon is not technically an MLM, but has a very cult-like following. Wouldn't surprise me if murder was involved. Lots of cult businesses and MLMs have that stuff going on. So Holly does confirm Lululemon, not an MLM, very cult-like, and murder was most likely involved for sure.
Right Tupperware, Orlando, Florida.
Well, that's kind of a...
Oh gosh, Roland, would you rather be forced to attend one of these parties or that prom from the first show?
on Saturday. The movie is starting.
Man, it's like, I don't know if I could do a Tupperware party, because there's a big sales pitch. At least at a prom, there's a possibility you could have fun, or like vibe with some people. So I would have to say prom, man.
Gift. I mean, what could it be?
Like a Tupperware party, I'm like, they're just selling you things. That's the thing. They're just selling you things, and I cannot do that.
You're flatlining.
Ugh.
Quality
I
also
love those
begins with enough
anxiety,
air
like,
conditioning to cool
shake
700
off the
homes,
anxiety thoughts.
circulated by 18,000 gallon per minute pumps.
Yet Mike Nelson insists a box fan works just as well.
Temperature for operator comfort and product uniformity.
Ooh, it's 70. Bring a sweater.
Tupperware quality is not an accident.
No, if it's not under
Random
50, I
samples
don't
are
wear
taken from every
anything
machine in
with
the plant
sleeves,
12
man.
times a day for
Out
testing
the
by
back
our
and into my
quality
trunk.
control
Oh, hi, Handy Andy. Nice to see you in the chat. Thank you. Liz says, love your channel. Your Thanksgiving Balloonland one is extremely humorous. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Handy Andy. And just so you know, Monday the 22nd, Monday before Thanksgiving, we will be doing a live stream with Fun in Balloonland that night and a bunch of Thanksgiving shorts. Would love to see you there if you could make it. So, just so you know.
Oh yeah, I have plenty of steel balls at home.
And finally, all production runs are checked visually. Sometimes a product is found to have a defect so small it would escape unnoticed by the untrained eye.
Yeah, see, Ryan says my mother got wrapped up in an MLM with milkshake mixes. We never tried to give it to anyone else, just drink it ourselves.
Die, you losers! Die!
Like I said, Cruel World, Happy Mind. I watched a video of hers just like last night, I think, where it was some people will get into an MLM and have a ton of friends and family and even followers on social media and still can't even sell it.
Once Tupperware items are molded,
it doesn't work for them, and then they're like, oh, you need to pay us this much. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Call 1-800-HOT-STAMPING.
Hot stampers are standing by. Hot stamping girls are in your neighborhood. Give us a call.
Like this, yeah, man, I could never have like worked in a factory. Like I said, even working in an office, I like literally wanted to die. I couldn't do it. Like
also added to the mix and store picture.
Like I have to be doing this kind of stuff, creative stuff. Like when I was a kid,
stupid mix.
Like I would see movies, I'd be like, I need to be creative and do stuff, and I'd be like, well, you can, you know, you can find a normal job and deal with it. No, I got older and I was like, F that, like, I cannot do it.
Push it.
Like, I could not do this with my life, man.
Tupperware technicians are also ingenious when it comes to innovations in packaging equipment.
Made from 100% recycled Jimmy Hoffa.
Tupperware employees keeps thousands of tumblers moving in a constant flow from the molding room to the consumer.
Soon Kool-Aid will
like
be
this stuff
tipping
is
over at
neat, and that people had to figure all this stuff out. but it's like factory stuff, office stuff, I literally can't. And by the end of it, it's like
now onto Tupperware
I
used
couldn't
for
even
storing
really do,
Tupperware.
what am I saying?
Since
Customer
most of our
service stuff.
products are food
Not because of the
containers,
customers, but honestly
every
because of the
effort is made to
team.
keep
Like
the items
I am
hospital
so
clean by minimizing
glad.
direct handling
Like
in
thank
every
God
manufacturing
that
step.
Oh, hey,
I
Bev, how's your staff
was able to
infection?
get
Worse.
a job doing
increase
videos
quality
and
and
doing what I
uniformity,
love. And it might not be the
our
entertainment
continuing
stuff I want. It's like
research program
science
has
and
brought
stuff for
about
kids.
innovations such as
But
the
it's
Unimate.
still
Yeah,
a lot better and
but
more
you
fun.
can't go to happy hour with the Unimate.
Or can you?
The Unimate was designed to remove Tupperware from molding machines.
Yes, Ryan, congrats on that book. Had an office job for years in the meantime, also had a book published. That's the thing. That's why I had to have my channel while that was going on.
Looks good.
It was so insane.
When does Richard Gere come and lift me up where I belong?
Oh, he already came for a girl on the first shift.
Filming from the top of the ladder won't make it more interesting.
This closure machine automatically couples the two portions of the seal used on items such as the spice shakers and the salt and pepper shakers.
Real good.
Oh yes, Ryan, also do voice work now. I think you said that on a past stream, so congrats on that as well.
Bridget, are you taking an ordinary factory line and turning it into beautiful music?
Hey, when aren't I?
I mean, what else can you do at this point, man? We're just watching
know what, Mary
little
Jo?
salt shaker lids get
I'd
made.
like to work at a factory that produces countertops.
Oh, why?
Because then I would get paid for being counterproductive.
Oh my
Please
gosh.
leave.
While machines
I love them
perform intricate
puns.
and difficult processes quickly and efficiently, they will never completely
Yeah,
replace
Roland, that's a
pair
good
of human
question.
hands.
I wonder how many of those
God
lids are
holds the
still in
patent
use
in
today.
perpetuity.
Yeah, it's like how
I
much
can
of this
never
stuff
say
still
that word.
exists.
The measuring spoons, like the pastry pal, are assembled by hand.
This is the kind of
Yes,
stuff I could do
yes, and
for a
then what?
day.
Don't
Because I
hold
do
this
like doing
information
things with
from
my
me.
hands, where I'm like, I could put this together and
crush
do
it.
little things.
Carefully
But like,
inspected and packaged.
then my anxiety would be out of this
glanced
world.
at that one.
In the packing room, Tupperware items such as Wonderlear bowls are packaged in sets.
Yeah, try getting
Call
spaghetti
Nestle,
sauce
this
stains out of
feature
that
adds
one.
greater utility to the product as the homemaker is able to conserve storage space.
I should have
when
taken the
containers
job
are
on the
not being
Nixon
used.
campaign.
She's a Far Side model.
The cartons are
Telling that
sealed
this is the
not
first
once,
short that I'm
but
yawning
twice
on.
to make doubly certain that storage is dust-free.
Not just, I'm sure I'm just
Packaging by
tired.
debutantes.
IBM control cards are added to all cartons of Tupperware, allowing greater accuracy in inventory control and production scheduling.
Leftovers of America.
Stuffy Wolf says, I
here
feel
we
like I
come."
work here. This is terrible. Worse than setting up a room. Oh, man. Well, at least setting up a room is so inexplicable
processing
that it's like
equipment is employed
enjoying
wherever
to
possible,
watch just because of how
allowing
nuts it
orders to
is.
be processed at
This is literally
lightning-like
just, let's take you through a
I'd
Tupperware
say
factory.
more like a fast-moving front.
Mary Jo, look at that international business machine go!
No kidding.
Oh, numbers. Can't
But
do numbers
back to
ever
boxes.
again. Ever again.
100 Tupperware items are stored in the enormous 450,000 square foot warehouse where Tupperware is stored in an endlessly
What?
rotating
Almost
inventory
500,000
of over
square
5 million
foot for that
items.
warehouse?
That means 5 million missing lids.
Man.
Jeff Bezos has this.
Yes,
as
Lart, it
his
does have a very
screensaver.
long shelf life. Your mom still has some, and I believe mine
Railroad
does
cars and
too.
freight trucks are loaded daily to carry Tupperware to franchise distributors throughout the United States and Puerto Rico.
Hey, Mary
Puerto
Jo,
Rico.
what are you doing next week? Like Saturday afternoon, like around 12:30 to about 2.
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking, why?
Just planning on having some friends over.
Why?
Oh, just to get together for fun. And my sister-in-law, Jackie, she's going to bring some stuff that she's been selling, but like there's totally no pressure.
What is the stuff?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you enjoy wasting over 50% of the food you prepare?
Yes. I mean, no. I don't. Wait.
That's the
send you
MLM
an invite.
pitch.
Tupperware is received at distributors' warehouses It is first
Wouldn't you
assembled,
like to just lose weight
then
so
packed
quick and
into
easy?
individual orders like
Is
this
it?
one,
Wouldn't you
for the
just
thousands
love
of independent
to
Tupperware
have this
dealers
delicious
who distribute
prepared food?
Tupperware
Wouldn't you
on the
just love to
unique
have this
home party
Tupperware?
plan.
That's how
Soon
they'll
all
get you.
friendships will be business opportunities.
Look at this gourd. Look at these beads. Did you know these beads can heal you?
Through Tupperware parties such as this, housewives discover the magic of Tupperware.
And wine.
A Tupperware hostess receives exciting gifts as a special thank you from the Tupperware dealer
What?
for allowing her to use her
See,
home
multi-level
and share
marketing is what they
I
do
said
to
no.
you. Wow. Those hats.
Even the Frito Bandito is offended.
Granted,
by
I've worn a sombrero before. I think I wore it on my Beast of Hollow Mountain, not review, like reaction video. I think. This is like,
The
yeah,
rewards
this
of
is
being a
yikes.
Tupperware dealer are many. At weekly distributorship assemblies,
What
they
does it have
share
anything to do
sales
with Tupperware?
techniques with other dealers.
Promise the moon.
I will say though, yes, as a Mexican family, we did indeed have an actual sombrero. I think there's actually one in this house somewhere.
I crown thee king questioning.
National sales and
But what does this have to do with anything? Like,
oh, she is.
I assume
so
it's supposed to be. Everyone's like, "What's going on?" I assume it's supposed to be a Tupperware party, but why the heck would you be having a Mexico-themed Tupperware party?
Car rally.
Oh no!
Held in the United States each
The-
year.
okay, there's a
Jubilee,
mall we
top
used to have,
salespeople gather
Metro
for
North
classes.
Mall, up north in Kansas City.
Crutch, pampered
And
chef.
all of it ended up being torn down except the Macy's, and they keep saying they're going to build something there.
Hey, I
But for
know
a
you.
while, it literally was just a white van parking lot. Oh, I forgot about this.
My career would end abruptly.
But it's like they just had all white, unmarked vans in this enormous parking lot. It's like the government just held all its white vans there. It was weird.
I'd make more with them way.
We're having a party. A Tupperware party.
What in the heck? It's so gross.
Bridget, mix the martinis.
Okay.
Use the quick shake.
Sure, I will. Wait a minute. You mean the Tupperware Quick Shake with the sleek, easy grasp design? Did you already go to a party, Mary Jo?
Hey, shh, let's watch.
Yes, what does
this.
a song have to do with anything? Nothing. It's like, how much this is like what the MLMs promise you. We'll have big parties and vacations, you'll earn all this money, and I assume this is supposed to be a party to draw people in. Look at the cool formals we have if you just sell enough.
By land and sea and air, they took our Tupperware to try it.
Oh my gosh.
I hope the trumpet
I should
guys
learn
don't
this.
get
I should
paid
cover
by the
this
note.
song.
Well, we got a gold key.
Oh my gosh, the gold key is the gift. I want the gift. Oh my gosh, Mary Jo, I want the gift. Please come to my party.
Like, cause this isn't even like Weird Al where it's quality parody. It's just awful.
I wonder what her opportunity was on this.
Well, maybe a lifetime supply of the Super Cereal Store?
You really know your product.
Yes, Emily V.
That's what I've been trying to
Nice to
tell
see
you.
you, by the
So
way.
you just come
I'm from
along
Casey. Know
Saturday.
exactly what you're talking about. I think that automakers rented the parking lot for fleet vehicles waiting to get
Enjoy
shipped out.
Tupperware's unique sexual harassment
I'm so
training.
glad someone else was there that saw it, because my aunt and I drove past there one day and it went from being an empty parking lot
turning into
to
raging
unmarked
bull.
vans, and we were just like, what's happening? What's happening in this town? And like, again, I'm sure it was nothing actually nefarious, but it was weird.
Gold in my ear sold Tupperware?
Good for her.
While the band is playing one of those favorite songs from way back then.
This is awful.
Oh, why does he escape punishment?
No, my sisters and I saw this and it was so weird, man.
Darling won't ever go away.
Neither will this guy go away.
Wait,
Darling won't go
hang on a
away
minute.
again. Not yet.
My sister Holly just texted me and said, "This is nothing compared to the LuLaRoe parties where Katy Perry and Kelly Clarkson have been singers at different parties." Is LuLaRoe that in it that like?
I think I'll decide that.
That they have actual singers? What?
Till I find out my dolly was out selling.
Yeah, selling Tupperware. That's what he came
Wow.
up
So I
with?
guess
Bridget, I'm
in
going to
these
clap, but
these
you
weird the
Well,
MLM
let's see.
parties.
for months of
I guess the MLM parties
going on?
will like be
Whoa,
like,
Mary Jo, the
hey,
film
wanna?
It's Tupperware room.
Oh my
spring up.
gosh, what is happening? I don't even remember what this part is.
What will future generations make of this?
I know, and it's all going on during cover of night.
Ay, ay, ay.
So
They're like, hey, we have these parties and all these people behind us, and it's stuff like this to make you think, oh, they have so much money.
She wins a car without a lid.
Yes, what is this madness? I don't know, Roland. I'm so
Culminated
confused.
by graduation.
when everyone is inducted into Sea Org.
Jubilee represents the philosophy of sharing knowledge which has contributed to the worldwide growth of Tupperware.
Oh, I'll bet she's the Tupperware-torian.
Is expressed by Hamer Wilson, president of Tupperware Home Parties.
The great accomplishments in Tupperware around the world are the sum
Candles all white.
You know, people don't
There's
realize how
a
many
very
US
cult-like
presidents
one of these I don't remember which one it is.
and knowledge with
Which
others.
MLM is
now
it?
the
There's a
lighting of the
multi-level
Unity
marketing
candle.
where they literally have a cult-like thing where
month,
everyone dresses all
every
in
year,
white. It's very
we learn
odd.
to understand and work better
Everyone's
with
like
each
getting
other.
cult
Come on,
vibes, getting
baby,
coven
light my
vibes. What's
fire.
happening?
Sharing and belonging
Look at this.
makes us proud to be a part of the wonderful world of Tupperware.
And together we celebrate
Yes, they're
the
gonna bring
joy
the
of
Kool-Aid out any
saving
second
gross,
now.
uneaten food to be thrown out at a later date.
That was weird.
It was weird.
Slut!
Hey!
Slut!
Hey!
Man, it is such a bizarre one.
Oh, Bridget, this is that famous Super Bowl Tupperware commercial.
If you go to a Tupperware party between now
Young
and
Living, maybe that was it, Jackie. I'm not
I
sure.
want that.
Volupte.
Mary Jo, you're coming over.
Oh, I'm busy.
I want that.
Update compact. Plus,
Oh my
a
gosh,
regular
that's
host
awesome. That's
You don't
awesome.
need it, Bridget.
I do. I need it. I want
I
it.
will buy
I need it, I
one.
want
No, I want
I'll
that
buy you
one.
a phone book even.
No, I.
right Tupperware,
Mary Jo,
Orlando, Florida,
you're always
so you
stepping
can
on my
help
dreams.
celebrate our birthday by accepting
Okay.
Look at
a
it.
gift.
What are you serving?
Roland says, I've seen something I will never forget. I never want to see it again. Please spare us, Faith. Yes, I'm very sorry about that one. That one, I forgot just how weird it got at the end, but that's why I had to do it. We're going to get straight into the next one because I have to go soon, but this is like 30 minutes, but I already teased it, so I want us to watch it. So, oh, stop. Just got a ton. This desk is covered in stuff, so I have stuff going everywhere. But I'm also hungry. I've had pita chips sitting here and haven't been eating them because I'm like, it'll be loud, I won't worry about it. Now I'm actually hungry, so I'll probably snack on a couple more watching this one, so I apologize. So this is My Mother Was Never a Kid, which I guess is supposed to be about loving and respecting your parents and such, but in a very weird Back to the Future way. So that's what we'll be doing here. Turn it down a little bit so I can still hear myself think. No, go. Go. Maybe, if this will load. If you're gonna be a little jerk about it. Let's see, let me try that again. There we go. My sister said it was Amway that did the all-white cult parties. Yikes.
Hey, Bridget, for Mother's Day, I got you an after-school special, even though you're
This
not
one's a
my
little
mother.
bit loud.
Oh my gosh, thank
I'm gonna
you.
turn it
Although
down just a
people
little
usually
bit
think
here.
that.
Boring. I told you this great joke on kidding. Tell me.
Wow, Panhandler's stories are getting really elaborate.
Fine, aren't you done yet? I said yes, and she doesn't even laugh.
Yeah, well, Caroline's audiences are tough.
I'm asking Obama, but do you think she understands it? No, of course not. My mom does this whole number on me about how I have to do 2 hours of homework every night. Oh, I get that all the time, too. Yeah, but get this. She says if I don't, I can just forget parties and sleepovers and stuff.
And she's
If you-
making me break
like-
up with Scott Baio.
If a kid is in school for 8 hours, and then needs to do 2 hours of homework, that's wrong, I feel.
But she was a vamp, a camp, and a bit of a tramp. She was a V-A-M-P.
Vamp!
Remember when everyone else's high school looked so much cooler and modern than yours?
Amy says this was a book? Hanging Out with Cece, a book that's better than this version. If that's true, that's insane. I mean, I assume it's true, I just haven't heard that. That's crazy.
Lockdown on Cell Block D!
I don't understand why so many of you should have had a problem with the decimal point, especially after I had explained so thoroughly.
But this is Phi Ed.
Teachers in these shorts hate teaching math to kids. They're so mean to them about math.
You
Let me just adjust my underwire here.
Maintaining classroom discipline guy is just as mean.
You shift it the same amount of spaces, adding zeros if
He'll pay for this.
What are you doing? What's going on? Victoria.
You don't deserve fractional parts of whole numbers.
The trouble with Mrs. Serrato, she just can't.
What?
They're gluten-free.
No, I don't feel like one right now. Never do. What's the matter? Don't you know how?
That's so mean. Like, leave your friends alone. If they don't want to smoke
with my hairbrush.
If they don't want to smoke or drink, just leave them alone. They're saving their lungs.
Here, let me.
Nope, doesn't know how to smoke.
Nope.
See? Looks good. Be out in a minute.
I think it's just a number 1, but I won't know till I'm in there.
And just leave her alone. If your friend doesn't want to hurt themselves, then don't.
Straw, Victoria. I can see I'm going to have a very serious talk with your mother.
My mother?
Yes, you can tell her she can expect a phone call from me this afternoon.
I have some very exciting news about decimal points.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. How do I get myself into these things?
It was a number 1. I'm fine.
I gotta think. If I can just get home before Mom, I can grab my stuff and hide out till
It's like, just don't, like...
Assume a different identity.
Again, stuff like this. I'm so glad I was homeschooled sometimes.
I was framed.
Grandma, tell Mom I'm spending the night at Stephanie's, okay? I gotta get out of here.
And you are...
Is anything wrong, dear? Oh, no. Mom just hates me, that's all. Boy, Grandma, when I get older and I have kids, I'm not going to be mean to them and get mad at them. I'm going to be real nice and understanding, like you, Grandma. Well, I got to go past.
Oh, and the sleepover lasts until 1982. See
That's
ya.
the thing about, like, being a kid and then, you know, being like, I'm never going to be like that as a parent, and then so many people turn into their
Taylor and the
parents.
rich people, one day at a time.
You've done it, Felicia. Hello, Mom. I have just the thing to perk you up. A little yeast and some cod liver oil.
Ooh, dinner
Cod
sounds
liver
delicious.
oil.
They are. Never would have believed it. Sounds awfully peaceful in here.
This is worse than working with Charlie Sheen.
Take it. Get off my back. Hey, that's mine, too. You traded me this bracelet for my old tennis racket, and you know I did not. What's going on?
And siblings are so mean in some of these things.
She's gonna absolutely kill me.
When we were really little, Maddie and I would fight, and we were, like, pretty dang young. But once we were teenagers, like, we were just, like, not.
Tell her you're pregnant.
Distract!
In the study, Mother.
Somebody's in trouble. Oh, go play in the traffic.
Stop. Were you planning on going out?
Oh, I was.
Like, siblings hate each other in these
Your
things,
sister
man.
Rhoda Penmark wants to show you the roof.
Victoria, get in here this minute.
I just got offered Saved by the Bell the college years.
You know why she called, don't you?
We're just kidding around.
Oh, I see. Then all the complaints I've had about you from school, none of them are your fault.
Mom.
It seems like every
Jeez.
time I turn around lately, I'm hearing some other awful thing that you've done.
I don't do awful things. They're just
It's like,
normal things.
we don't see that
go
much.
wrong.
I didn't mean to rain down a plague of frogs.
These
But, like-
normal little things are going to get you suspended from school.
That's the thing. If her mom's gotten multiple phone calls already and she hasn't been suspended or anything.
Just once you'd see my side of things instead of always treating me like a little kid.
Now give me back my
You
Rainbow
would like
Bright.
To be treated like a grown-up. You have to start acting like one. You have to start taking responsibility for
Yeah,
yourself.
Amy,
You
it's
can't
like
go on
we
making
all had to
excuses
share
all the time.
a main bedroom and stuff. Like, we had a small house.
Reason I make excuses.
But it wasn't even just that. It was just like, we just fought a lot when I was really little. And then thankfully we got over it as we got older. And then it just hasn't happened like that since then. So when I see siblings being that mean, and one of them is that much older, I'm like, calm down. Like, stop it.
You're really not fair.
Victoria, come back here.
In New York, you can run away from home without your mom having to drive you.
Didn't
This
she
thing
ever
too.
do anything wrong?
She's like, what, 14,
Well, she had
15?
kids.
And runs away in New York City before cell phones? Like, that's terrifying.
She must have been born a mother.
Jesus is listening.
McGruff says, kill your mother.
Who wants a hot pad holder?
Oh boy. When I go home, Mom's gonna kill me for sure.
I'll be a 48 hours mystery rerun.
Again, people in the shorts,
Bridget, I'm getting
they
car
fall
sick.
down, knocked out cold. Like one little boop on the head,
Please,
and they're like
everyone,
out.
Don't make a fuss. I'm fine. Thank you for your concern.
Yeah, Amy, it's like,
Well,
it's
I
yeah.
didn't
Like I
want
should have been
too much
nicer
of
too.
vomit.
Like
I'll
it was just, you
Febreze
know.
myself down.
Sometimes being a kid is rough, but man.
Are you all right?
I scan you.
Oh my gosh, forgot about that.
Just a little mixed up, I
We're
guess.
back in like World War II era, I believe.
Everything looks so weird.
The UPS guy delivers by subway.
Is this Myrtle Avenue?
We're gonna rock down to Myrtle Avenue. And then we'll take it higher.
Don Draper's got to get to the office.
I like that even though she's back in time and everything else changed, her outfit is the same. So she's gonna stand out so much.
Something really strange is going on here.
Stop stealing tools. Jerry Peel will harangue you for messing with his nail gun.
How come everyone around here's dressed so
I would be so much more freaked out. I'd be like, what has happened to me? What's
Debbie and
going
Mordred
on? What's the
had to
point?
improvise, okay?
Of like why I went back in time?
so clean? Excuse me, are they making a movie here? Are they what?
Traitor!
Bye.
Spy
Don't lose your
Nazi!
cool, Victoria. There's gotta be an explanation for all this. I guess I'm kinda lost.
Where are you going?
Let's go together and start a new life somewhere.
I'm on my way to a friend's at 78th and Maple. That's right by where I live. Come on, I'll walk you there.
Oh, great. I was really beginning to think I was going crazy.
Floozy showing your calves.
Please, I was getting panicked. I don't recognize anything.
Andy?
By the way, I'm Cece.
I apologize for eating so much on stream, by the way. I hadn't really eaten much today at all. And suddenly my stomach was like, eat
Guess we
something,
ran out of things
please.
to talk about.
Hubba, hubba. Hubba, hubba.
Excuse my potty mouth.
Where's she from anyway? The planet of the apes?
For all your Wong-producing needs.
See, I really feel out of it all of a sudden. What is going on around here?
What do you mean?
I'm oblivious to your strange wardrobe.
Right, exactly. She's not like, you're wearing like this weird vest and pants and stripes combo.
On the moon.
The moon landing will be a hoax.
Thank you everyone for being understanding about me eating on stream.
Sometimes I don't get my own jokes, I guess.
I actually heckled myself.
Bad enough I should have a mom who's always on my back about everything. Hey, yours too? She's the worst. When it comes to picking on me, she's a real broken record. I mean, I'm almost 15.
Hey, so am I.
But Mom, she's been
Yeah,
like
almost
maybe
15, and the mom, like,
won't let me wear
she just
makeup.
ran out into New York City. I mean, maybe it was
Nobody
different
drinks
back in
on
like
my
the
homework
70s or
done.
so.
You're not home by
But
10
like, oh my
o'clock,
gosh.
You've been mugged, Victoria. Mugged? What's that? Huh? My mom says I gotta be home by 9:30 because of the air raid. Air raid?
Oof.
I've only ever heard of
She's always asking
Band-Aid.
me to save my allowance. What can you save from a measly 25 cents a week? 25 cents? No wonder she dresses like that.
I've befriended some kind of peasant.
Victoria, where'd you say your friends is? 78th and Maple, right on the corner. Is that where we are?
I wish more after-school specials took place in the Twilight Zone.
It's a brand new building. I know I'd recognize
It sparked that whole gentrification debate.
She doesn't recognize anything. Why would she recognize that?
It's getting really heavy. Oh, let me take it then. I'll carry it for you. No.
They stole that joke for Back to the
She
Future.
understands my hip
You need a
slang.
nickel? A nickel? Yeah, for the phone. This is getting so strange. I'll meet you at the newsstand.
Back then, you could make 20 crank calls for just $1.
Justin 58745. Come on, answer.
Phone numbers were shorter back then, weren't they?
Only you can help me, Steffi Graf.
What do you mean? I just talked to her a half hour ago. I'm sorry.
Nice ass from the future.
Like, how has she not put it together by now?
General Pat
With
has
literally
5
everything that's
tips
happening.
for a happier marriage.
Weird, no in style.
Did you get her? 1944. Allied bombers. How can it be 1944?
I know for a fact it's 1980. something.
Literally everything you've seen has screamed 1940s.
Victoria.
You don't look like the bee's knees right now.
She wasn't home. I'll call her back later. What are you gonna do then? I don't know. What am I gonna tell her? I just found out I haven't even been born yet?
Oh, I would not feel safe in one of those compact cars.
Now don't let Ma bug you. She's always yelling at me, but don't pay any attention. Amscray on me, May. That's what I tell her. What? You know, Pig Latin. She always treats me like an AV baby.
Wait, yeah, like,
Pay at and lay as aim.
how would she not know Pigland? You're from the,
Glad it's with someone as crazy as
what,
Cece.
70s, 80s, not, you know, a different universe.
Oh, cool, a manual Roomba.
Alicia! What are you doing?
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
And who is this, Felicia? I don't believe we've met before.
That's Grandma.
Looking 5 years younger.
And all.
She's Cece's mother.
Yep, the couple from Time Chasers a block away.
Cece is...
The Antichrist.
Victoria, is something wrong? And Cece is... my mother?
Well, making egg creams or whatever.
That's really, you know, it makes it frothy. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got some milk.
Wonder how much those were back then.
Way too frothy.
I simply can't understand how.
Back in the day, how much would a milkshake maker at your home have costed? Costs? Oh my gosh.
So full, young lady, and it wouldn't happen. Honestly, I think you'd be ashamed to have Victoria see how sloppy you are.
That's my grandmother? My sweet grandmother?
Grandma disillusionment.
Just like my
It could happen to
Come on,
you.
Victoria, let's go down to the malt shop. We can always clean this up later.
You're not setting up.
What? You just spilled it. It'll be easier to clean it up right now.
Why? I mean it, Felicia.
You're not fair. You're really not fair.
You're not going anywhere, not unless you want to be grounded for the rest of your life, young lady.
Oh, well, that was a very successful tantrum she threw.
Wanna see something? A kid at my school showed me a way to look.
Yeah, watch this.
I saw that.
My mother arrested for shoplifting?
That's why she spent a nickel
And
upstate.
look,
Just
that.
can't look.
You know what happens to
How many people don't know how their parents were when they were kids? Because I know, because my parents have told us, especially Mom, our father was a delinquent. This was absolutely my father as a child. Like, he, you know, and again, my father actually didn't have the best, you know, had kind of a rough home life, to be honest, not to go into detail or whatever, but it's like, so he was a delinquent and stuff like that, so I'm like, you know, for her to be so shocked at it, like, my mother shoplifting an eraser, I'm like, honey, you have no idea.
Okay, that went a little too smoothly. I was kind of hoping for some Dog Day afternoon level drama.
Everyone's talking about malts and milkshakes and stuff. Yes, malts are delicious. See, Ryan, my mother openly told us that she and her sister did some stealing as kids. Like, that's the thing. There was a time my mom was mad at her younger sister, my Aunt Maria, and she literally, like, they would fight, like, physically fight.
You can get arrested for bad acting.
And
Mary
so,
Jo, call Nicolas Cage, tell him to leave
my
the
Aunt
country.
Maria, she's the one who lives in Florida, made my mom mad, and my mom literally took a picture frame and busted it over her head like a cartoon. My Aunt Jackie said that, who's the oldest of the sisters, said that you could, like, see the cartoon birds over Aunt Maria's head. She was hit so hard with that. My mom just went smack like a cartoon, like a sitcom.
Answer that one.
So, you know.
I'm sure I can call her up later and fix it up. Terrific!
Saying complete words is
Terrific!
so 1930s.
Over for the rest of my life.
This used to be my brother's room, but he got drafted, so I took it.
Aww.
Oh, wow. She's even messier than I am.
I know I've got something here.
I mean, to be honest, it's not even that bad.
T-shirt should fit.
That's Mom's desk. The same one we have at home.
Stuffy Wolf says, so many success stories are born from struggle. If you're talking about, like, my dad, like I said, you're absolutely
he's
right.
up on the enthusiasm.
It's like, you know, had a rough upbringing, but then has had a great, you know, family, marriage, kids. So it's, you know, sometimes it takes a lot of hardship to get to the good stuff, but you get there.
I'll need plutonium.
What's the thing Dorothy did in The Wizard of Oz? What are you doing?
Oh, nothing.
So much for that one.
That movie already
Thought I
existed,
could
though.
Time travel via movie reference.
Right.
Showed anybody ever?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, neat. Secret drawer.
Is it drawer? Drawer.
Secret drawer.
Well, not really. I just thought you might like to. Truth is, they make me kind of sick.
So I switched to
That's the thing.
cigars.
My dad doesn't smoke or anything. Like, neither of my parents do. But my dad said, like, when he did try, like, one time, a long time ago,
And already I feel closer than
he had a cigar from Mexico that a relative gave him, and he tried it, and he was, like, getting sick. He couldn't do it, because it's just gross.
She wants me to wear this?
I'm from 1980. I can't wear ridiculous clothes.
Well, here goes.
Another dance tonight. We man.
If it ain't got that
Between
lifeless swing.
prom and Tupperware, we are just like having a ball tonight. I should have
She's
dressed
still trying
up.
to figure out why a malt shop sold erasers.
Why is she wearing a Minnie Mouse bow with that dress?
No, please, I can't do the hustle.
Yeah, Rebecca, the story my dad told me about the fights him and his brother would get into or as kids is some Looney Tunes level stuff. That's the thing, man. Our parents are so much, you know,
introvert's version of hell.
about themselves, but she's like, oh, my mom used to do all this stuff, and I'm like, honey, no one is ever the same, like, exact person from being a kid.
That was me.
I gave it 2 golly goshes and 1 gee whiz.
Yeah, Roland says never start smoking. It's unpleasant until it becomes a habit, and then when it's a habit, it's terribly expensive and bad for you.
Choosing him
Yeah,
over
it's
suspenders guy.
that's not my, you know. I had people that asked me when I had my first job. They'd be like, "Do you smoke? Do you want to smoke?" Like when
Let's
I turned
just say
18.
bad reasons.
And I was like, "No, thanks. I've just never wanted that."
Hey, Scuzzy.
The only addiction I have is food, which is unfortunate. It's, you know, an anxiety and depression from, like, addiction from that stuff. But, I don't do any drugs. I don't even really drink. I haven't had alcohol in a long time. Not even on purpose. I just don't. It's expensive. And I'm like,
Kevin Spacey?
But yeah, smoking drugs, that ain't for me, Chief.
You're my friend, right? Sure.
It's like, I overeat. That's my problem.
The thing is,
I don't want to have children.
I don't want to do this. But if I don't graduate, it would be the end of the world.
So what's that got to do with him?
I'm researching human sweat, and he's a gold mine.
I like that Cece is like a nice little tiny tasteful bow she gave her for like this huge bow that doesn't even go with the dress.
My science teacher. Okay, so what's going on? Well, if there was any other way, I wouldn't do it.
And I'll probably just lay there.
Oh God.
Science notes, and it's not really all that bad.
Right, Jackie. My parents smoked most of my life. That's why I never will. Yeah. I was like, thankfully we grew up with parents that did not, but a ton of our extended relatives and cousins did. So we'd see our adult cousins smoking. We'd go to their houses for birthday parties,
not far enough
and the
from what I
whole
hear.
house would just smell, and like it was just weird. And me and my sisters always hated it. They quit 5-6 years ago for good. That's good, Jackie. Congrats on that. That's awesome.
Nobody can see anything anyway.
fine, and that's all there is to it. What for?
Like, dude, I'm gonna re-break my hip if I tried something like that.
It's right there.
I don't get why he just didn't bring the test to the party, and then they could have just made out in the basement and saved time.
Good point.
You must remember this.
I put the curse on you.
Spitting on a penny for luck.
Ew. I've never heard of that one.
I'll go back to the future, but I am not touching his McFly.
Okay.
He looks a lot older than them.
What'd you bring her for? Dumb broad. Get it.
That guy looks more 17, 18, and they're 14, almost 15. That's...
You want the test? Get in the car.
Ew.
It's a driver's
And she's like
exam.
baby faced.
That's what for.
Like my sister Holly, she's 19 but looks like 13, 14, and I like can't imagine. I'd be like, stop. Ben Platt! Oh my gosh, they did him so wrong. Why did they do that?
Do you have any seatbelts on this thing?
I'm a careful driver. They're unnecessary.
And there's no chance this thing could roll?
0.
The music in this be swinging though.
Makeout point is conveniently
Preemptively pepper spray. Yeah, this is gross.
Where are we?
Don't worry about it. You want a beer?
Dude, that guy looks almost college age.
Oh, come on, baby.
He's trying to make out with my mom.
Why would he have the test for her if he's clearly older? Because if they're not even 15, he's driving. He's got to be 16. At least.
We're going home right now.
You want to forget the whole deal?
No, I just want to go home.
Yes, Sketchman had family members who would smoke and died because of it. I'm very sad about that for you. I'm sorry. My dad used to before he gave it up because he had me and my siblings. That's good though. Like, I'm glad he was responsible and thought of you guys for that.
Sooner or later, every young man hears the sound of a defeated woodwind.
I'll bet you never even had the test anyway.
Did so, and I'm on the spectrum.
I've still got the $5.
The price is now 10.
Oh man, 10 back in the 40s? Isn't that like 100 now or so? Hang on, I'm gonna look that up because I'm pretty sure it is.
You do that for me? You bet. You really are the best friend.
Well, with inflation, you'll owe me $43.
Hang on, I'm at $1941 in today's inflation, $10. Whoa! 1941, $10. $186.61 today. He was like, the price went from almost 100 to almost $200.
Coming with you.
Oh, criminy. All right, but you better keep your trap shut.
She could have just memorized the periodic table of the elements by now.
Yikes, that's insane.
Next thing you know, we'll be holding up gas stations.
I hadn't realized that the 40s were so poorly lit.
Doll, I haven't got all night.
Get off me, you fool. The test.
This is a master sommelier exam.
Nice that they had a lattice
that
right
girls
there.
hate science.
Oh, no.
My L1 through L5.
Oh no.
You're right. What's going on out here? Alicia?
Are you cheating on a test with a boy?
What are you doing out here? It's after midnight. I can explain it, Ma. Explain? You can always explain everything. Well, for once, Felicia, it better be the truth.
Months later, after painful rehabilitation.
Right, it's like, who knows what could have broken with all that.
Tell her. Maybe I could say.
I'm Anastasia.
Idea about camping out. I'll tell her it's part of my Girl Scout merit badge. Vine climbing. If I tell her the truth, she'll massacre me. She'll never understand how I could do something like this, not in a million years. Cece, I don't even.
Well, at that point, you were already caught. So, you know, if you're honest.
Between scenes.
Hey, LSR. Yeah, I'm sorry you're late. I hope you're doing okay. The stream is unfortunately almost over because I gotta head out, but it will all be on the channel in full. No weird blockings or copyrights from YouTube today, so it'll all be whole, and I don't have to edit anything.
There's a dumb world war going on.
On and on about how I'm this stupid little kid and that.
Well, if you want to be treated like a grown-up, then act like one. I mean, you can't keep making excuses for yourself all the time.
There it is.
Message.
Point of the movie.
I don't believe
Like, see things from your parents' perspective as well, and why they're trying to keep you safe.
I am on your side.
That's why I'm going to put you in a nursing home in 30 years.
Oh no! 30 years? She'd only be like 44.
Before you get it any deeper.
Before she discovers the suitcase full of erasers.
You're right, Victoria.
Yes, LSR, so today has been Bridget and Mary Jo Day. Just a ton of Bridget and Mary Jo RiffTrax shorts. And like I said, This will end in a few minutes, but it'll all
moms
be up on the
sound
channel
like to
for you.
teenagers.
It's narrating, Mom.
Hurry, turn off the light.
Every kid's dream come true. The world ends.
terrifying.
No science test.
You see, Jesus never left you.
Yeah, let's not help up this, like,
We let you lay there
14-year-old.
for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. Are you on your way home?
Oh, I hate it when people want to chat on the subway.
Cece, what am I doing on the subway?
No, thankfully these girls did not die LSR, and double thankfully we know that it was fine because of because the mom lives. So
I can go home.
I'm back. The pastor's out of DeLorean, so I took the subway.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Grammy. You're old again.
Oh my
With that
gosh.
Dollar Tree Botox.
I mean, just now you were young and Mom was a kid and...
You certainly have quite an imagination, Victoria.
No, she has quite a stash of mushrooms.
I didn't imagine it, I didn't.
You'd better go talk to your mother, dear. She's fit to be tied about you.
And she became a little girl.
Nina.
Hey, watch it, will ya? You did
Jeez.
that far anyway.
Because I missed you.
I'm sure you did. You go out for an hour and just miss me like crazy.
An hour? And it never happened. It was just a dream.
Let's do the hell out of this scene.
Don't you ever run out like that on me again. When I tell you to go to your room, you are to go. And
Oh, Mommy, you were a bad dresser and kind of slutty.
Tori, what is it? What's the matter with you?
She's acting real weird, Mom.
Well,
I might have accidentally changed the outcome of World War II.
I can't. I haven't got any.
I told you. She must have had brain damage or something.
Nina, could you
Ham's great, A.B. Bay.
talk a little with Victoria?
But, Mom.
Thank you.
I hope she takes this opportunity to broach the topic of her biker vest.
All right, Victoria, what is it? What is going on here?
Aside from exhausting the premise.
I was wrong. Stuff at school was wrong, and I guess running away was wrong.
Admit it, the frog was pretty good.
I'm sorry.
You're apologizing.
If that's what it takes to wrap this thing up, then
Yes.
Because it does take a while. But like everyone said, it's like this is actually a much more high quality short slash special than a lot of the stuff they do.
Rehearsal 10 minutes ago.
She's an actress?
Oh, God. That's why her daughter starved for attention.
Oh.
Get my bag.
I can't believe it didn't happen. Just can't believe it. It's her desk.
And doily.
Cece's. I mean, Mom.
Man, she had that desk since she was 14.
I bet it's crammed with Betamax audition pieces, old headshots, Virginia Slims, Vibrant. Actress.
She has Arsenio Hall fingers.
Junior Enigma machine.
So her mom,
Multiple choice?
like,
Boyle,
so her mom had that test in her drawer for 30 years and never cleaned out that desk and got rid of it.
Pack of middle-aged housewives all pretending to be wood sprites.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, we didn't do the snob today,
sometimes
unfortunately.
I
That
feel
will have to be on a
more like
future
prison
stream.
matron than I do a mother, and I hate it.
A new haircut would help.
Why can't we be more like friends?
But, you know, friends where one of us pays for everything and is fully responsible for the other.
That'd be neato. Really terrific.
Neither. But you've been seeing too many old movies. I haven't heard that word since I was a kid.
I bet she hasn't heard the word hired much either.
For sure. Listen, I don't want you to freak out because I don't want to blow your mind or anything like
Here
that.
comes the realness.
Way back in prehistoric times, I used to be a kid myself. Can you believe it?
Absolute. Absolute, Mom.
It's like, it's a happy ending, which is
well,
nice.
I know for a fact my mother was never a kid.
Same here. And also, my mom never laughs at my jokes. And I have to be home by 9, even though Mike says I can stay out till 10.
That's a total rip-off, Bridget. Is he going to let you go to the sleepover?
Happy Mother's Day, mothers.
Man. Yeah, it's like, this had some decent acting, it had a lot better. I had a few people here being like, yeah, this is a better one than usual, and it is. Like, this must have been an actual special that was shown or something. There we go. But that is... Yes, so this is why I also want to do this. Someone said, this was a nice one. Great tonic after that Tupperware nightmare, which is true. It was good to have this one. I thought this was like a fun one with a happy ending. And again, yeah, it's a better quality. It's more like a little special. So, I want to thank all you guys so much for being here. This was a really fun one. Like I said, next Monday I will not be here. I might try to do something over a weekend. We'll see. But Monday the 22nd, definitely be here for the Thanksgiving stream, where we will be watching a bunch of Thanksgiving shorts and fun in Balloon Land. So if you can be here, Monday the 22nd, same time, about 7 to 9 to 10, somewhere in there. Definitely be here, please, and thank you very much. Let's see, so I have to get out of here because I got that family stuff going on, because it is almost 10:30 my time, and I gotta get out of here for that. Gotta pack a quick bag, and I will be gone. So thank you very much for watching. Oh, thank you, Sketchman, for the free hug. I definitely do need it tonight, so thank you very much. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and be willing to hang out in the future for other stuff, too, and maybe not just RiffTrax and stuff, because it'll be a lot. So it's you know, it'll be nice to just have other things to do with you guys. So thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, hugs all around, Roland. Thank you for the pleasant dreams, everyone. Love you guys too. And let's see. There we go. All right, so I will see you guys later. Monday the 22nd at the very latest in terms of streams, and then hopefully I'll just have actual videos ready before that. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see